Hello everybody, and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy, unless everyone's hot. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, taking place 10 years after the events of CR1, probably more like 11 now. The group have travelled far across the continent, dealing with Abelis, demon princes, drow empires, betrayal from party members, and now they're at a rather nice dinner party where they're in more danger than they've probably been for the rest of the campaign. I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. First of all, let me introduce Clued as Barnes.
Hey.
Waiting for Eski as Zug, we should be here soon. Sai as Aku. Luke as Askor. Lauren as Lorian. And finally, Erin as Hayden. Before we begin, do we have any announcements?
There are no announcements today, Jamie. Except
Okay.
hashtag free Barnes.
Oh,
The
Okay,
emote
yeah,
has not
hashtag-
been approved.
Let him out!
Let him
Twitch, are you listening?
please.
It's just like there's something sus about Barnes.
Oh my
It's
god.
almost
Not really
like...
Almost like.
I've actually resubmitted the emote, hoping that, like, for some reason it just fell through the cracks, but I'll see.
We shall see. Anyway, to get you up to speed, last week there was a slight detour as Hayden went and gave someone back a wallet. Another slight one as Barnes went back to see Vespin Chloras, along with Roman at Essek. The group then, for better or worse, found that their description of the party's dress code wasn't entirely correct from Lorien. So some of them were saved, some of them were not. The rest of you prepared your outfits, made your way to the party, upon which you were led in. You were met by the rather enthusiastic Eleanor and Grog, who was very happy to see his old drinking buddies. You were brought in to kind of the main chamber of where the ball was being held, and you were introduced to Siegfried, Alfraxis, and then had a brief chat with Heinrich. Each disagreeing varied levels of information and varying levels of sus. It was fairly evident that Heinrich knew you were the ones who'd been travelling with your son, and you did not divulge his location to them. Askor was there standing. At the same time, Siegfried seemed very interested in the Cinder Scar, talking about it to Alfraxis, who some of you may know seems to be leading the expedition. He also seemed to give off a rather spooky vibe when touched. The rest of you kind of returned to talk perhaps about what you were going to do, as Hayden slipped out to meet a friend. Hayden was knocked unconscious by the wine and awoke in handcuffs or tied up in a chair, was being questioned by Kari. He immediately let slip that he'd been there for multiple days at that point, hadn't come back to them, and didn't really have an answer for any of their questions, or at least couldn't think of a good enough one on the spot. However, ended it rather dramatically by saying he would always choose the Spice Boys over the Clasp. At which point, Aku, who had begun to follow Hayden, who had killed the person who had come to get to fetch him, made his way up to the church, killing another member, or another two members, I believe, who had been listening via Lanarath on the wall. At that point, burst in an attempt to heroically save him. However, well, maybe not heroically save. Kill everyone in the room, I think is perhaps a better explanation. However, that's all taken about 10-20 minutes, and there might be some raising of alarm as to at least something going on. Whether or not the party go to help is another question. In the meantime, however, what have the party been getting up to at the party, which is not going to get confusion in the slightest? The last I have it, Zug is still drinking with Grog. Lorien has kind of told Eloise to leave him alone for at least a little bit, and Askor and Barnes are still in the kind of main ballroom, as it were, kind of in a bit of a semicircle. Is that roughly correct?
I think we're mutually trying to find out if Askor knows what a frog is or isn't.
Yes.
So I know your sister Eloise told me that y'all didn't get out of this part of the city that much, but I thought that maybe there was some sort of private park or wildlife around where you might have seen a critter or two. No.
Oh, that's to me, sorry.
No, just little frogs, little small. Oh, that's too much information.
Well, I would call forth some of my amphibian inclined friends, but I would not want to upset your father, displays of magic and all that.
Well,
Right,
yes,
maybe?
that would be most uncouth, inappropriate, and frankly, I think you should know better than to make such comments here.
I'm so sorry. In my parts, that's just all normal. So, you have my deepest, most sincere apologies, sir.
Well, at least you've been polite.
Is it just us three, right? In this ballroom, just Eloise has gone off somewhere.
Yeah, there are other people. If you look at Roll20, there are other people kind of clustered around. But you've kind of, with Eloise going off, you kind of squashed yourself off. There are people mingling with the three people at the kind of the high table, supervision practice on the side, and other people dropping in and out. But if you wanted to make space for yourself, I'm sure you could.
Well, Ascor von Galverdane, it's been a real pleasure to make your acquaintance. You are a fascinating individual, and I cannot wait for you to discover what a frog may or may not be. Uh, I'm going to take a look around the rest of the party if you don't mind. Maybe find some space and time to myself, if that's all right.
Well, whatever your name is, feel free.
And yeah, I guess I will probably do a bit of a wander for the time, kind of, yeah, suss out who else is around, if there's anything going on. I think also he would probably, yeah, he's probably keeping to himself unless there's something interesting.
Okay. Lorian, what do you think you'll be up to?
So you mentioned Alfred's here. Alfaris is talking to Siegfried. Is anyone else on my list here?
Yes. So I will say if you're kind of walking around and scouting around, if you walk in here, this room down here on Roll20, you will recognize both Headmaster Thurmond Adlam, head of the Alabaster Lyceum, as well as Seeker Odessa tal'dorei.
Okay. tal'dorei. So he'd probably walk in here, eyeing, going for the headmaster, and then if he sees the seeker, he probably will just like just sort of like do the Abe Simpson kind of like hat on, hat off kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know how quickly he would notice though or not.
Pop back out. She's talking to the headmaster, so I would say there is. You notice it, look next to it, immediately see it. If you would like to leave without her seeing you, that's fine. I would say in a crowded room, that's okay. Or would you? What would that do?
He wants to sparkle just enough that he gets the headmaster's attention because he wants to. We'll be wanting to speak to him this evening.
Okay. If you could make let's say make a performance check.
Performance check. Okay. 11.
11. Okay. There's a couple of people who, as you walk in, look over and kind of look at a very garish display and sparkle a little bit. However, with an 11, you realize both of them kind of look up and give you a look. You were captured both of their attentions.
And just sort of like hover at the corner of the room.
Okay.
I suppose, keeping an eye on, I don't know, is Barnes around? Just sort of like keeping a general eye on things, not particularly wanting to talk to anyone who's like engaged with someone who I don't want to talk to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's like around. I guess like unless there's kind of an person of interest, right? He's probably just trying to suss people's vibes and like see what's going on. And
one thing actually, at the corner of the room, can I make some kind of perception or something to try and like listen to what the seeker and the headmaster are talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check.
25.
25. Okay. You do hear Seeker Odessa be saying, "Now, Adlam, I know we've turned our eye in the past, but did it really have to be just exotic creatures again this time? I do not know what on earth you're talking about. This is scandalous. You have no proof. And the
I was
conversation
just looking at tractors.
conversation goes on, and if you emerge that Seeker Odessa is probably aware that Headmaster Thurmond Adlam at least procured something of value, an exotic animal for the Galvadanes, but doesn't know exactly what and doesn't know why. And she's taking this opportunity to question him. And the vibe they're giving off, for the perceptions you have, they're both kind of smiling, and occasionally one of them very fake laughs, as if they're not having a very, interrogative conversation. There's a lot of like fake appearance being given here.
Got it. I guess I'll just continue to do my thing and listen with my elf ears.
Actually, there's one
DM.
thing.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Kate.
I was gonna say there actually probably is one specific thing I want to do, which is if what's his name, Alfaris?
Yep.
Yeah, if he moves away from Siegfried at any point, I guess I'd just try and strike up a conversation, try befriend him a little bit, get some good rapport going, good vibes. Make it seem like if I contacted him at a later date, it would be chill.
Okay, so at one point he does go up and go to the bar, which is over here. So yeah, did you want to roleplay this, or did you want to make a persuasion check, or what were you thinking? We can
I'm
roleplay.
good either way. Well, I guess I'd kind of sidelapped him at the bar and say, "Oh, so what are you having then? Do you have a recommendation? I've not been here before."
Oh well, the Galvadane Stout it's not their best, but the red wine, I'm not sure what year. I'm not really into this whole thing. It's a little beyond me, to be honest. It's a bit more your scene.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't the foggiest what year. Well, we'll not go too deeply into that one, but I'll have whatever you're having. You seem a man of good taste.
So well, Siegfried's paying, and he kind of points to the barman, and again, these kind of thick red liquid gets poured to both of you, and he goes, so sorry, you're the one who came up and was asking Siegfried. You're really gonna try and go down there?
Absolutely. I was actually hoping to get a bit more information about all of that. How did you come by your position? How did you form this interest?
Oh well, it's not so much an interest as a guardianship. But my people, specifically all of them, although I'm more the fire designate, you notice at this point there are quite a lot of tattoos. In charge of maintaining and balancing the planes, and on some level I felt some responsibility for that ghastly worm escaping, and thought I should come here to help heal the rift under the city.
Oh, I understand. Very dutiful of you. No, I can identify a little with that. So, how long have you been working with Siegfried on this?
Oh well, I mean, ever since the Galvadanes, won the contract to rebuild much of Imon, they've taken a keen interest in an area so close to their residence and higher value part. I'm sure if that area could be repaired, it would be of great value to them. So, 8 years, 7, 8 years.
There's also the PPE contract as well.
And the Galvardanes being the Galvardanes, of course, I'm sure they're magnanimous in doing it to repair the city and to remove such a blightful scar from its face, but do you think there's more to what Siegfried's doing down there?
Kind of laughs.
Back better.
I can see you've met them.
Magnanimous, charming, generous.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised Siegfried has taken such an active role. It's much more dealt with his father until about a couple of months ago.
Right,
Maybe.
is Siegfried interested in this sort of thing?
Not previously, much more now. Been on several trips down there himself, actually.
When did his first one happen? Do you remember?
I think Mr. Sir Gabardine himself probably didn't think we were making enough progress, so I think he sent Siegfried down to monitor or something. It must have been about 6-7 months ago.
6 or 7 months. Wow, it's a long time to have been, well, fixated on a hole in the ground. Sorry to minimize it, but
It's quite alright. Holes in the ground leads to 4 interdimensional planes.
it's just I suppose I shouldn't be surprised about a Galverdane looking downwards. Ah,
Just a slight titter from some people nearby.
all in good spirit.
Yes, well, when they've done as good as they have, it's difficult to avoid their input,
Right, I'm
unhelpful
sure.
as it might be.
And I'm sure their influence and input will only grow in magnitude and frequency.
I understand one of the frequency. What do you mean?
Just input will only grow, no?
I hope that once this is solved, I'll be out of here and they can fill the hole with sand or dirt or cobble or whatever it is Heinrich does and build on top of it.
Sure. Well, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about business at a joyous event, but would you be amenable to my contacting you at a later date, maybe, to discuss Siegfried's activities, see if I can think of a way to help him better?
Well, I'm sure if you're planning on making an expedition down, we'll meet again. I'll probably be there. I'll need to sign off or approve it, or accompany you. Any of the above,
Right.
really. Yeah, I'm sure you'll need a report of what exactly is down there as well.
Great. Well, I can't wait. I'll see you soon then.
Yeah, so
I'm sure he's
sorry,
keen for you to get
sorry,
back.
the name again?
Barnes Costello from the Nice Boys.
Yes. No, I'm not one for branding, but
It's not the best, I'll give you that, but it's actually better than what we had before. At least it's a little more obvious what it means. I'm going to say our previous name was a little. I'm not sure what the
Hayden takes 1
context.
point of psychic damage.
I'm so upset right now.
It was certainly spicy, I'll give them that.
Okay. Well, back to please don't keep him too long. He kind of clinks your glass.
Can I just insight check as he's saying that? Like, does he seem to have a good relationship with Siegfried in this conversation?
Yeah, go for it.
14.
14. He kind of sighs, there are things he'd rather be doing, but he's not I hate that guy. It's, I'm at a party, why am I poring over maps of my job rather than, I've got two real. That's my job rather than, enjoying myself.
Okay, cool.
A bit exasperated, maybe.
Alright, no further questions, DM.
Cool. Ascor, I believe you had something.
Yes, indeed. Firstly, I'd like to have asked what the security presence is like in this room.
So in the actual room, not much. You obviously know that there are guards posted around every single entrance and exit, as well as a barracks towards the northeast of the estate. You know that some of the kind of waiters and waitresses walking around will be armed, but there aren't. Because it doesn't look particularly seemly, there aren't that many guards standing between every single entrance and exit to the party. Most people here are invite only, and most people were searched on their way in. And there are magic dampening effects in place.
Oh, wonderful. What I meant to ask also was, could you remind me of the individual next to Heinrich? That wasn't who Clue just spoke to, was it?
No, that is so as well as Ascor's mother. It is the Master of Development, whose name I will need to get up from my notes. But my keyboard's not liking me at the moment, so apologies for that. Hearthmaker Edelburn Clear Eyes.
Edelburn Clear Eyes? Yeah, alright, cool, yeah. So, in that case, Ascor is going to take another drink from the plateau, and then I'm going to walk through the crowds over to here, but I'm no longer the creepy German guy from the brothel, so I'll probably stop doing that accent. But moving through to the crowds, and he's going to stop by someone he probably recognizes as, the most boring, old-looking dude who's just like, I had a watch made exactly, that kind of thing. Did I tell you about your grandfather? That kind of bullshit. And then I'm going to, not German, cast Detect of sorts. And at a surface level, I'm just gonna feel around a couple of randoms in the crowd, touch a few heads, like a bloke over here,
Yep.
a lady over there. Yeah, just and everyone
Yep.
feels kind of. Oh wait, because I need to. Right. Okay. Cool. No, hold on. I cast that at 2nd level.
Yeah,
How does it go?
no effect.
Wonderful. And do I get? Sorry, that was as a psionic spell, so there's no components. And do I get the sense that, in fact, I've been in this building probably for a little while, and obviously found my way in here. I probably know in that case that there's limitations on spellcasting.
You do. I'll let you not have that one. You know that it's on kind of the ground floor. There's this limitation in place, but on upper floors there isn't.
And we're on the ground currently.
Oh, sorry. As a reminder, and I'll let you. You'll know this. There is an alarm that goes off if someone casts a spell on the ground floor.
But you can use features, right?
You can use features still, yes, because they are not spells, as discussed at length with Clue.
I mean, I got some badass cool features, but none I want to use. Alright, so much so here. Am I casting a spell? I guess I'm casting a spell, yeah.
Oh no.
Cool.
Oh
I
my
probably
God.
won't. Wait, what's happened?
No,
Casting a
just
spell.
the idea of Asko casting a spell. What's gonna happen?
Well, do I already know, right? So I'm not trying to cast a spell?
I will say you know there is this in place.
Wonderful. In that case, I won't be casting Detect Sorts. I will just like to have a look over the gentleman, Clear Eyes, and just how is Clear Eyes engaged? How does Clear Eyes seem?
So Heinrich seems to be taking almost like, people come up, chat to him briefly, he says hello, welcomes off. He seems quite bored. You see him kind of like swilling his glass a little bit and occasionally like talking to the person Heinrich's talking to, but doesn't seem super engaged, seems quite keen for this portion or whatever the evening is to be over and to move away. Your experience will be is that, that kind of once everybody who should have arrived, your father, your mother, and whoever the guest of honor or important guest would be, will have a kind of walk more freely amongst the crowd.
Cool. So at this point, sorry. So they're currently sat down at the table, or
Yes, they are. Each of them.
right? Cool. In that case, I think the young Master Ascor, the young Master Galvadane, is going to approach the what maker?
Half maker.
The half maker, and say, "Half maker, Clear Eyes, would you walk with me for some discussion of family business?"
Heinrich looks at you. Looks a little confused. Half maker. What is it? Fine. Kind of like nods to Heinrich, and Heinrich kind of nods, looking a little confused. He kind of stands up, slowly. He towers a bit over you. You remember he's quite a big dragonborn, as is, kind of shirt buckling under it a little bit. In a moment, Heinrich, please. And he'll kind of like bust as he moves. He kind of accidentally knocks a few of the tables away and gets kind of clear a little bit to free his way. Yeah, where are you guys going? What are you saying?
Sort of gesture around the room as sort of go for a little stroll and be like, "Oh, what are you drinking this evening?"
Gonna look that up.
Dragon wine.
No, your father had some imported. Yeah. What's the name of it? God damn it. What's the name of the empire where Caleb's from?
The Zemnian.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dwendalian Empire.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
From the Dardian Empire. Rather curse, my taste, but apparently it grows on you.
Yes,
And-
quite. And yeah, sorry.
And you?
Well, I'm trying to grow my palate, so I'll have whatever you're having. And Ascor clicks his fingers to a serving person of serving station, and gestures over, whispers into their ear. Asks for, not asks, demands, sends for a couple of those drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes scurrying over and handed you. He goes, I've always wondered, does it taste different when,
And Ascor sort of goes into a quiet whisper and goes, my friend, be direct. We're around friends and supporters here.
I think you know what I mean.
Well, honestly, I would say it tastes better. Everything, the air, the room, others.
Well, what others?
Well, just the harangue in the room and the buzz,
Well, I suppose
The
when taking
presence.
on attributes of quality, clearly it enhances the senses. Makes logical sense, I suppose. Thank you for
Positive.
sating my curiosity.
No, don't mention it. In fact, feel free. Do you have any other questions, concerns even?
I suppose what will you do when he returns?
Now, there are several individuals who this could be. Which do you mean?
Come on, it. Kind of gestures at you.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, I'm not here for games. When he comes back and your services are no longer needed in this Jabberwocky game.
Well, I'll be paid handsomely, of course, for my services. It's in the contract.
Heinrich is a man of law.
I hope so. A man of fine wealth and fine taste. Ascot takes a little hors d'oeuvre off a table and follows it. I suppose I should ask that the Galvardanes can trust your loyalty. Mutually beneficial, of course.
I suspect it's not for you to question my loyalty to the Galvardanes.
Well, I'll take that as a affirmation of your commitment to the agreement.
I must say the act is rather unnerving sometimes.
I thought that could be the case too on the nose.
I'm just confused by the need for this. What is it you want? More money? Are you trying to blackmail me? I'm uncertain.
How much do you know of our agreement?
You're to me this and till he returns. I am told he has a mission he's working on. An important one, I'm sure.
Yes. That seems to corroborate what I think. Well, anyway, I suspect you're not willing to part of any more of your perspective on things.
I mean, I consider it to be a necessary evil, as we all must. But I find you creepy.
Well, I should take that as a compliment. Instead, you might find me unconvincing or too much. Everybody in my line of work, you have to learn. It doesn't come easy, this sort of thing. Mistakes have been made in the past, but I'm a professional.
I must say, it's impressive it's gone so well, considering you arrived in a box. I'm sure
Yes,
Heinrich has his motivations and motivators for you. And I suppose if he doesn't return, then I'm sure you can lap up this luxury for a little more time.
I've thought about it. But if I'm honest, it's not just the money. It's not the luxury. You learn to love doing this. There's a rush. When you see the look in people's eyes and you walk around this room and they're just so innocently convinced. Sometimes I feel like I sound like him myself.
Well, I must say, as I said, unnerving, inaccurate. This could have gone very wrong.
Indeed.
I'd heard reports about what your, I don't know, scout costume was up to, and some, anyway, fractured. Seems dangerous.
Oh, how curious. Now you must share.
You must
I
have
won't take it
somewhere.
personally.
No, just... I'm sure it reports of attitude, the commotion at the crossroads. I thought he'd be back soon, honestly.
The crossroads?
Yes, the Silvercoat crossroads.
Mm,
The
yes,
last time
no.
you
both know.
were seen.
Excuse me, do you mean me or do you mean him?
Him, you. Would...
Well, I try not to differentiate. If anything, I try to become the subject, but you've been so direct in questioning me that frankly, I'm confused unless you address me as separate to him.
Him, Look. He was last seen making some kind of commotion at the Silvercut crossroads. From what I understand, that was the last of it. He left alive and has not been seen since.
Interesting. Yes.
No, it's
I
a
do
sign
recall
of...
being...
No, it's a sign of Heinrich I actually haven't seen before. A little callous, but I suppose he trusts him to return.
Well, the Galverdane family is known for its consistency. I mean, it's more than a family, it's a brand, it's an investment.
Yes, but I suppose that each of us doesn't see ourselves as dispensable, do they? But ultimately, well, any investment suitably rotted can be removed, sold on, diversified.
So you have your reservations about your investment? Is there something I should know?
No, I was merely surprised at the actions taken and lack of concern.
Well, I'm sure the Galverdanes have their reasons.
I'm sure they do. If Alfred were missing, I doubt this is the action I would have taken.
Is that so? What actions would you have taken? Running for office?
I would have used my considerable resources if I was your father to look for him.
You don't think that's what he's not doing?
I have received no indication of that fact.
Well, I think that seems highly implausible. He was indispensable to their operations.
Certainly. There's like a curling smile.
All right, in that case, I go, well, we can't stay and chat for too long. I need to be seen to be seen.
A good day to you. Ask for long name, Calverdane. Try not to disappoint Heinrich.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not his son.
Okay. We can sit back down. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Luke?
Many things, but let's take it to the floor.
Zog, welcome, Eski. You are engaged in card games with
What's he wearing? What's Zug wearing?
what is Zug wearing? Oh, have you not seen? Can we? I don't know if Erin's here. Can we flash up? Have you seen what you're wearing, Zug?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you need to go back to last week's episode to find the Zug fan fiction that I wrote and read out about what Zug's wearing. I can
Okay.
just I can send you it. Oh, hold on. a
Hell
sec.
yeah, let's go.
It comes with a full narrative experience explaining why and how this happened.
Which, by the way, I'm not gonna do again. You'll just have to go back. Well, someone will
I'll
have to
have to look
clip
at the
it. Yeah, just check the VOD. Hold on. I just shared it in player chat. So, here you go. Zug did not get the memo that it was a fake theme, so he turned up as a priest, but none of the priest clothes fit him. So
That's quite a dapper outfit. I do like how the buttons are bulging. That's a really nice touch.
He's too stacked for priest garb. It's like a
Yeah.
thing for the Church of Geb, right? Like they're all swole.
swole, yeah.
That's beautiful.
The
That's really
swoley order of Geb.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So Zug,
Saint
you're
Swirlestein.
Zug, you're sitting opposite Grog and you've been
Yeah.
drinking. He goes, "Would you like to play cards?"
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Anything.
Name's called
This is a
of-
damn party.
Oh, it's boring. Avandra's favor. 25 gold pieces to buy in.
Ah, easy. He just checks it down. Wait, let
Okay,
me double
cool.
check how much I've got. Wait.
Sorry.
I think I have enough.
So,
That's
in
okay.
order to play the game, you must roll a dice and say, "May Avandra be with you." You need to roll 2d6. If they add up to a 7 or a 12, you win and get double your money. You can double the bet to add 1d6 to the total.
Alright, start out with just 2d6, right?
This is
Yeah.
sick.
Let's go. I got a 6 and a 1.
So 7.
I
So
got
you win.
exactly
Frog's like,
7.
"Oh god damn it, I'm never lucky at these," and he kind of chucks 25 gold at you.
So wait, okay, well we'll
You
calculate.
take
the
your
end.
initial one.
And
So you
I
get
go,
50. You get 50 gold. 50 gold up.
I'm so skilled.
What a hot shot. Play again. I want my money back.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, if you'd like to roll your dice.
Wait, is he not right? Is it not his turn to roll?
No, this is simulating a card game.
Oh yeah, I see. Alright, I got 4 and 6, 10.
10. Okay, so you're gonna lose. However, you can try to bet double if you want to add a d6 to try to get 12. Or 11, sorry. No, 12, sorry, it's 12, yeah.
I mean, it's no, he just loses. He just loses with this hand.
Right,
So he's back down to exactly the same.
beginner's
amount.
luck's over. Little pitch squeak.
Oh, I might be smaller than you, but that doesn't mean that I would immediately lose in a fight. And definitely not at cards. Let's go again.
This is a man of God, is it?
All right,
You
so you're
pray to
even.
Geb, he will be with you.
Immediately.
Fighting and gambling. Bruh.
You're even in gold. You can have another go.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so he plays one more round, and this one adds to 9, unfortunately.
Right,
So
okay.
25 gold pieces down, I assume.
Yes. Haha.
Ugh.
My brains are as big as my muscles.
At this point, I mean, how long is a single round? Because I imagine you've been drinking this entire
Let's
time.
say it's like each round's like 2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes,
So-
alright. He's just been drinking the whole time. Just like, playing cards, just lost himself 25. Wait, how much gold have has he lost? I have
You've
no
only lost
idea.
25. We can
Alright,
alright,
he's lost
we've got a
25.
different game. better.
Well, of course you'd say that after you just won all the money.
Yeah,
Spilling
exactly.
spilling a
Smart.
little bit of whatever he's drinking onto the table
Alright.
as he kind of gestures wildly over the table.
You're ready for dice version of poker. So 50 gold in to start.
What? I
Lot of
don't
money.
think he can match that. I only had 62 to start, so if I'm 25 down, I can't do 50.
Okay, we'll do it in tens. Right, 10 gold to start with. And then
Alright.
each player rolls a d8 and keeps it hidden.
Well, I mean, there's no point. Okay, fine. I
Yeah.
mean, I think you'll see my roll.
No, so
anyway.
okay, so I won't look at the thing. I'll roll an
Alright.
in-person dice. So
I-
I won't look at the thing.
I just rolled.
Okay, cool. So, keep the each player has the chance to raise the bet, call the bet, or fold.
Mm.
Oh, my dice roll's quite good.
Mine's terrible. Success, looking very clearly quite excited. Awful luck today. I'm gonna win everything.
I'm just gonna call.
I'm gonna raise.
Oh, okay. Well, I hoped you do that.
Alright, so he raises 10.
10. Okay. Yeah. Grog throws the money in, and we're at 20 gold each now. So 40 in the
Mhm.
pot. All right. Now you roll a d6.
Oh god, I have to. Alright. So I'll keep them recorded as to what. Alright, rolling a d6. Ugh. Can I use a lucky point to reroll?
I'll let you reuse the lucky point, given this is literally gambling.
Oh my god, no! Alright, yeah, okay, whatever.
Alright.
Hello, everyone. It seems that Discord has crashed.
A 9 on a 6-sided dice.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, that would be very good, yeah.
I raise.
Hold on a sec, guys. I don't know if we're on the stream because Erin's.
Oh no.
Yeah, my Discord randomly crashed is in a really weird way. I think we're back now.
Can I also say, Eski, you've gone considerably quieter.
Oh, my mic is pretty miles away from my head.
Also,
There you go.
somebody who's not muted keeps getting text messages or phone signals buzzing up.
I think it's Lauren.
Well, it's not me.
It's just too popular.
And
Oh, you
I
should have
wish
said.
that I
It,
was that
it
popular.
might be our lovely DM who's probably very popular in getting.
Everyone's paying tribute.
Put it on airplane mode. D&D time. Okay. My public service.
No, it's definitely
yeah.
Lauren. 100% Lauren. I can see it lighting up.
So how much has he raised? We've got 20 in
He
each.
raised to 10, so he puts 30 in now.
Alright. So kind of like winces a little bit, puts another 10. Fine. Draw it.
All right, and
Next
now
card.
everyone rolls a d4.
Alright.
Hold on. Whoa.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't count this high.
So it's the sum of all the dice.
Yeah. And whoever's the highest total wins,
8, alright.
or whoever folds or whatever.
Okay. Alright.
All right.
Right. Cool.
I haven't raised yet.
Well, in that case, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
I could have been lying.
I'm gonna raise.
And, like flinches a little bit. Cool.
40 gold in each. And
Oh, you
Grog
got it.
proudly reveals his cards. It's like an
Mhm.
average hand. He scores 8.
Zug reveals his hands. He got the equivalent of, I assume, what would be a straight, literally on the flop, and then the rest of the hand, the draw did literally nothing for him. Yeah, I got an 8 on my first roll, and then a 1.
Oh,
and then a
wow.
2.
Oh.
So
Shit.
it comes to 11.
She got kind of counting his fingers like, oh shit, you win.
He goes, hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, and they're both kind of like trying to count these numbers. Oh yeah, I do win. Oh wow.
Oh, fine. Kind of shoves the money over to you, grabs another drink.
I think this means I owe you a drink.
Oh yeah. So, could you? He kind of pulls out another thing. I want to play a final game.
Uh-huh. He says while like putting
kind
his
of like
coins
looking
into
around.
his coin purse.
Looking around.
All right.
Can you see Vex anywhere?
Can I see Vex?
Yeah.
He turns. Does he see Vex?
No.
No.
Okay. Doesn't like it when I play this game. Takes
Oh,
out like a
okay.
very
He
beautifully
suddenly looks
embroidered
very
pair of
interested.
cards. Take a very beautiful deck of cards.
Jamie,
Would you like to
no.
draw one of the
Jamie,
cards?
Jamie, don't do it. Jamie, no.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
Jamie, no.
Do it.
Oh, those are fancy. Where'd you get those?
I got them from a dragon.
From a dragon.
Yep.
Oh, I got this ring from a dragon. He shows off his ring of mind shielding.
Oh, it's cool, right? These
Ah,
cards are amazing. I gave one to your
Ah.
friend, Hayden. Has it been good for him?
I don't know. He has never told us about it.
Oh,
I'm kind of jealous though.
the other person is like a lord now and is really rich.
Oh, they're magic?
They are
Magic
magic.
dragon cards.
They are indeed.
Oh, damn. Well, we have to play with those, obviously.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Huh?
If you want to draw a card, could you roll a d20 for me?
Obviously, he's drawing a card. I rolled a 3. No hesitation.
I'm looking this up.
Immediately dies.
What does?
It's a 3-2. You are now
Of all the
destitute.
people at the party I thought would be dying today, it wasn't anyone at the party.
It's
I will literally
the-
raise this country to the ground if anything happens to Seb. Just putting that out
Same.
there.
I mean, I have one
know where
more
you live,
lucky,
Jamie.
lucky dice. I have one more lucky dice, so if it's really bad,
Yeah.
can attempt
No.
to reroll.
Let me see. Queen. Wait, I'm trying to find out which one this is.
Yeah, be with you, my son.
He's a priest. What could go wrong? He's a man of God.
You better be praying right now.
So this as you kind of flish the card up, there's like a comet streaking across it with like lots of trails on. The comet almost seems to move as you kind of hear a voice in your head that says, "The next challenge you face, you must overcome with your own strength." And the card kind of fizzles up.
Oh, wait. Oh, how did he talked into my head without knocking? Wow, they are magic. How did that happen?
I don't know. Why did it burn? And he kind of got kind of really hard and like flies it away. And I will
What does that
say,
mean?
I'm gonna message this to you.
What if he doesn't do it, huh?
And he dies horribly.
Oh no!
For
Yes,
everybody, that is the
Oh.
comic. For those people who want to look it up, that's the comic card. Obviously.
Ah. Oh Jesus.
That's a pretty good one for
That's
Zug.
pretty. That's not bad.
He's probably the only one in this party that could fulfill it, right?
With a yeah.
Actually, Aku probably could.
Did we
Aku's
have
kind of
like?
about to.
by the
Aku
way,
and Hayden.
Did we have a long or short rest before coming
Yes,
to the
yeah, a
party?
long
And I just
rest.
have okay. I
Yeah.
just haven't updated. Fair enough. Although I better take off one lucky dice. 2, sorry.
The
because I've
longest
lost,
rest
I've
traveler.
lost one thanks to giving my hair away.
So, with that potentially going on, and each person kind of there, we will say, Lorien, after some time drinking, and they're going with Zug and Barnes, meeting Alfraxis and Ascor talking to Clear Eyes, to Hearthmaker. After a little bit of time, the Seeker, Odessa, you hear her kind of stand up and say, But I'm sure it's a matter I'll be taking up with you again. In the meantime, Blasted, where's the damn elf gone? And it kind of stands up and begins to walk outside, and just kind of like walks past you. Yeah, like looks at you, Laurie, gives you a slightly like beleaguered look, and is like, "Oh no, you're always trouble." And just takes another couple of steps out.
Ma'am.
Nods, and you can see her kind of begin walking around, and Barnes, you'll see her kind of make her way up here. However, the headmaster will walk over, sweating like a beast, sigh. Oh yeah, that wasn't very pleasant. How are you, my dear?
No, it's never too good to be on the other end of her inscrutable gaze, is it though?
Oh, I much preferred when her father was in charge. A meaningful man, practical, so self-righteous.
Well, I'm
Yes.
sure in her own way she certainly gets a lot of things done.
Yes, but for the right people, I doubt it. I doubt it, you know, I do.
Anything I could perhaps help you there with?
Oh, I had that powder from the other day. It was wonderful for my nerves.
Oh,
I
certainly.
should have done it
certainly.
here.
Well, I do not tend to mix business with pleasure, but you're free to come by anytime. And we have a couple of new different types as well. We have some interesting spores now, which I'm sure you would very much like to try. A lot more interactive, should we say?
Honestly, whatever. It relaxes me, knocks me out for 10 hours at this point. Right. Nice day, Valori, and you really are. How are you at this party? What brings you here?
Well, you know me, I can never turn down an invitation to an interesting party.
Oh
But
no,
especially
same.
with that commotion there in the square at the rally today.
Oh, you heard? Were you part of it?
Oh, absolutely not, sir.
No,
You
I
know
thought
me.
not.
I prefer to keep my business to myself. Were you
Yes,
there?
very sensible too. Oh no, I've heard about it. Talk of the town, really.
And what is the town talking about?
Well, I know that those people who walked in, they must have been in there, and honestly, it's a good thing for Heinrich that they're here, because a lot of the talk about how brave they were and how resourceful and powerful Silfrana was, and uh, you know, who are they? People want to know more about them.
And none of them you've seen around here before? You don't run in your circles there?
Uh, not particularly. I think there's been whispers that two of them, might be from Imon. One's nobody's ever seen whatsoever.
Very interesting. And, lots to think about today. Lots going on.
Quite well, yes, and unless if Mrs. tal'dorei would mind her own business for once. I mean,
If you don't mind me being so forward there, sir, I'm always here to help you out in your times of need. Happen to overhear you discussing some sort of problem you may have had. And, well, might I just mention that where I'm from, we deal with all sorts of unusual and inconvenient creatures of all kinds. So if there is anything that I can be helping with, you got a friend in me.
well, very nice. They don't know too much, I know, but if there is a way that you could whisk something away to a far realm, no one would ever find it in a bit of a jiffy, I'm sure we can discuss it. So, evidence and all, out with the bathwater.
Well, as you say, spiriting away things is something of a talent of mine.
Good. Well, yes, this is rather a large thing, but I'm sure it's something we can discuss more. But the business at work, always appreciate the option. Feywild is so capricious.
I'm sure you would love it there. Very relaxing place. Everyone is awful friendly. Always
I've
willing to
heard
help in hand.
rumors. I meant more things there just go missing easily, don't they?
And such a shame that is.
Yes. Shame Mr. tal'dorei probably wouldn't for these search parties.
Mm-hmm. Well, Will you be drinking tonight, sir?
Nope, I don't touch the stuff anymore. That's bad for my constitution, you know.
No,
And
and
I must set the
certainly.
example for my students.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, with that said, I will be bidding you good night, and I will be finding myself a drink at the bar there.
To each their poison.
Well, you know how to reach me if you need anything.
Thank you, Lorian. And he kind of like sits down and just starts like dabbing his brow, clearly like just emotionally getting over the conversation he's had previously. Put you back in here. Okay, I will say with each person, brief chat, we will slightly shift up the tone and be jumping back to the damsel in distress, whoever that may be. At this point,
Aku,
The
definitely
legendary
Aku.
Baku.
Aku is
Aku is the damsel.
So
You guys
to catch
are so
you guys,
full of shit.
to get you guys,
Hey, I said Baku.
to catch you guys back up to where you are. Aku has burst in, wings outstretched. A couple of the members are cowering away. Hayden has been freed from the chair and has scrambled up to the side. I think that's where we got to. And Aku is kind of surrounded by a couple of people who've made some like attacks and tried to stop him, but kind of wielding the spear around, pushing it off, leaving people to the side. And Hayden's mostly been forgotten under this like huge eruption of angelic wings. However, there are 5 of them in this room and 2 of you. So I believe starting off, and this is round 4 now or round 3. I think round 3. So just checking everybody is on this list. Yeah, Aku and Hayden at the bottom. So we will have.
I'm on this list.
I'm scared.
Yeah, everyone rolled initiative last
Okay.
session.
On my turn, I drink.
Yes.
And
So
look
this is
at a handsome man in the crowd.
okay. So there'll be
Living his
2.
best life.
So D&D. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just getting back into this. Oh, okay. I'm being told my D&D Beyond account will transfer to a Wizards account. Thank you.
Did they buy them?
Yep. So this will be 2 attacks on Aku as Shen kind of moves back, kind of moving away a little bit, like eyes blinded by these, and just kind of throwing his sword out. That'll be 2d20 because he's rolling disadvantage. That's an 18 and a 20, so avoids the crit. 1d6. So 1d6. That's 4 plus 3. That's 7 piercing damage. And could you make a Constitution saving throw?
Boom.
Aku.
Poison right now.
Does Aku get a bonus because he's next to Aku?
Aku does get a bonus because he's next to Aku. Yeah, that's how that works.
That's a 9.
9. In which case you take 15 points of poison damage as it bashes up. You can feel your skin burning, and you don't. Even though angelic field doesn't manage to kind of push you off, you kind of grimp through the pain, but your arms seem to hang ever so slightly lower.
What state are Aku and Hayden in, just to set the scene? Like, how healthy
Yeah.
are you two?
So I'd fallen unconscious before, from having my throat slit, but then Aku used laying hands on me, and I look pretty healthy now. Well, besides the fact that I'm still
Aku's,
tied to a chair.
Aku's looking pretty tired. Maybe running on a lot of adrenaline.
Uh-oh.
I regret nothing.
Aiden's a tank, no?
Yeah, very, very, very.
You're funny.
Okay. Second attack from Spiraling Shen. 2 dice because he's rolling at disadvantage. 7. 13.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah. 13
Hit me.
to hit. Yep.
Yeah, it's.
con-
Armor on, dude.
Yeah, a Constitution saving throw again.
Oh, baby.
Not
Natural 20.
20.
Okay, you resist the poison, but you do take 7 points of piercing damage. As this time the poison, you're kind of scraping, or it doesn't seem to hit a vein, and you kind of push through it, and the angelic kind of wings kind of burn it off immediately. This guy is going to attempt to leave and seemingly summon others. This guy here. If Hayden or Aku would like to use their attack of opportunity to stop him or do something.
Absolutely.
I'm tied to a chair, so how does that work?
Technically, he's leaving your space. However, I think maybe not. We would say Hayden is restrained.
I spit on him.
However, Aku certainly can.
Grunkus would be proud.
20 and 28 for my second hit.
You only get
Oh,
one.
wait, no, 1. Okay, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So the first one hits, absolutely.
So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Minus 11. Okay. Cool. Then in which case he can't move because Sentinel, so he's just gonna turn around. Like he looks quite scared, is like backing away from Aku, so he's gonna turn and look at Hayden. He's not
Oi,
doing
oi,
this.
Hayden's behind Aku.
Hayden's off on the floor on the side.
I would assume that my condition is probably restrained right now.
Yeah.
Attack rolls against a creature have advantage.
Yes. No, they're not auto crits though, are they?
No.
Okay, that's a 20 something to hit, which I presume hits.
Yes.
And could you make a Constitution saving throw?
I get +5 because Aku, right? Never mind.
Yes.
I rolled a 3, so I guess that's an 8.
Okay, that's 5 points of piercing damage and 11 points of poison. Oh, that's his go. Kari.
Hacking a man on the floor, tied to a chair.
Is Hayden currently exhausted?
Yep. Level 2
Because-
exhaustion.
Okay. Damn, boy.
Oh no.
There's a reason for that.
What does that mean?
It means
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws? No, attack
yes,
rolls?
disadvantage on ability checks and speed halved.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to find something. Oh god, this is a while ago I first used this. Not quite the right one. Sorry.
He has so many
There we go.
ways to murder the two of you. He just can't
I just reckon they
decide
should
which.
make like a Bridgeton, but instead of like it being the Regency period, it should be South London.
Okay, that's 11 to hit Aku from Kari.
It's just.
Okay, Constitution saving throw for me.
It's in.
Okay, succeeds. So you take 7 points of piercing damage, and then the next one attack is at disadvantage as well. That's higher than 11, so that hits. Another Constitution saving throw.
20.
Succeed. 7 points of piercing damage. Okay. There is 20. There is an arrow shot from outside the room. As there's like a slight tinkling of glass, as there's a as one of the assassins has been fired at.
What?
May we have friends?
Yo.
That
That's
seems so unlikely.
19 to hit.
I know who this is.
Oh, yay.
Okay, sneak attack.
I'm gonna spoil it. It was.
For my, okay, I get +5 roll.
46. So that's 17 points of damage plus crossbow is 1d8 plus 3.
Crossbow
Uh,
user.
18 points on this one here, the one who was trying to leave, who Gaki's already hit. You kind of see there's like a tinkling, you kind of immediately in the shoulder, like right between the joints, it kind of hits him and he almost like drops to one knee. That's that one. Barnes is drinking.
He's found somebody very attractive to have a light, happy conversation with.
Okay. This one again is going to go for Aku. Last one in the room, I think. Okay, that's more than 12. Aku, can you roll Constitution saving throw for me?
Yes, I can, DM. That's a 9.
Fail.
Be nice.
That's 5 points of piercing damage
Mm-hmm.
and 7 of poison.
Mm-hmm.
Still alive?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm absolutely fine.
The other 2 rows are fine.
Third.
It's now Hayden's go.
Cool. So, can I try to free myself from my bonds?
Yep, go for it. That would be a sleight of hand, maybe? Are you trying to rip them apart, or are you trying to like
Trying to subtly, not subtly, but trying to undo the knot from having
Yep, go for it.
thingies like this. I don't
Sleight
know.
of
hand. That's a 33. Oh wait,
Wow.
I'm rolling at disadvantage. That's a 28.
28. Okay, Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. You kind of slip your hands away and kind of pretty much the ropes just fall off. And I'll say you do it with that roll. You do it that no one notices as kind of their focus on Aku and his wings.
Cool.
I'm gonna turn my lights on.
Then ooh. Do I then undo my ankles, or do I like attack while I'm on the ground? Probably better that I can run away. So I'm gonna I guess try to also undo my ankles.
Okay. Go for it. Same roll if you're trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. So that's 29. Disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Still no one has noticed given this. I'd say that's certainly your bonus action. I don't know if it's more.
Cool, that's fine. So that would be my action and my bonus action.
Yeah.
Then I am going to use my standing up takes half of your movement, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, I will. And wait, no, actually, no, I'm not gonna stand up. I'm gonna stay on the ground, so hopefully people don't realize that I'm free. So yeah, that's the end of my turn. But I'm no longer straight. Nice.
Okay. Aku.
Did Aku get any idea of who might be shooting at the window? Does he see anything? Does he see
Make a
anyone?
perception check.
Alright, I'm good at those. Not
Oomst.
18. Wow.
Okay, I'll roll for them. Nope. No idea whatsoever.
Cool. Alright. I guess. How far away is the party? Like, roughly.
In terms of like direct distance,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not far. It's like 100 feet, 80, 90 feet. But you're like you're up a flight of stairs, and they're like through 2 or 3 stone walls.
Okay. I am gonna grab Hayden and I can't even fly in here, right? It's so small.
Not really.
Okay, I would like to grab Hayden under my arm and run. No, I don't want to do that actually because everyone's really close to me. Wait, we discussed that I can't Misty Step with someone else, right?
I think did we discuss this? I think we did.
Don't think you. Let's check though.
Let me double check.
I don't think regular Misty Step can.
No,
Yeah,
just
no, I
checking
don't
that.
think you can.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just checking that, yeah.
It's just
Thunderclap,
you.
though.
Wait,
It's range
actually-
area self.
You do have Dimension Door.
But is it prepared though?
I
Or
don't
is
have
it prepared?
Dimension Door prepared, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Look, I thought Misty Step would be enough, alright? I couldn't foresee this. Right, well, he's gonna realize that if he tries to run away, people are probably gonna get some hits off on him. He's gonna just try and attack.
Is it worth you could try command?
I mean, I could, but
Fuck him up.
I didn't punch him.
yeah, I think command is like might be kind of weak depending on who I cast
You
it
cast
on.
it on all of them if you cast it at 5th level.
Oh wait, really? Is that how that works?
Yeah, when you cast a
Oh,
spell at higher
okay.
level, you can affect one additional creature for each slot above 1st. If you cast at 5th level, you can affect all 5 of them, and some of them will miss their turns, likely as a result.
He speaks the truth.
Okay. Can I do that then?
Yeah,
Command, I guess. I mean, it can be anything, right? Just one word.
yeah. So, but there are suggestions here. Some of those are probably quite good.
Okay.
It'd be like sing or dance or like vibe.
Flee,
mean,
I think is.
Flea's a good one.
Backflip, say backflip.
Yeah, or maybe sleep. I don't know.
Tell them to dab.
I mean, have you got a whole person as well? Like you've got.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, you can
okay.
upcast
I'm
it.
gonna try and cast command with, like, I guess Flea.
Right, okay. What? So they're all gonna roll saving throws against this.
Yeah, Wisdom 17.
Wisdom 17. Okay, so I'll do clockwise. I'll do the random assassin first. D20 wisdom. Yikes.
He has a backstory, man.
Yes, he has a very detailed backstory.
He joined the clasp so he could
Right.
feed his starving wife and child.
Failed. Shen succeeds. The other assassin fails.
Okay, come through.
Final assassin fails.
Hog.
Hog?
Kari. Just to clarify, having like a 17 when they have a +0.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Kari
Yeah,
fails.
but I didn't know they had zeros.
Okay, so as Aku bursts in, like, each of them have kind of taken swipes, and some of them look scared. Like some of them look scared of like the actual effect is on them from this. And as kind of there's like vines growing around, the spears glowing, and Hayden like kind of look up, and you see just a loud like bellow erupt from Aku that seems to compel everyone. There's a couple of them kind of over. The only one who kind of doesn't seem to move is the other kind of shirk away. The only one who doesn't is kind of you see like the ruby glinting of Aku's wings off of Shen's eye as he takes a step forward. Aku, that's where you're at on your turn.
I mean, that's my action, right? So...
Yep. So there you go. Shen, just gonna stab you.
Yo, bitch.
She's had enough of this. 5 plus, yep, hits. Constitution saving throw for me, Aku.
Yo, command is a bonus action.
Wait.
Oh
Oh,
wait,
wait,
command is a bonus
no.
action? No, it's an
No,
action.
command's an action, but Misty Step is
Oh,
a bonus action.
Mine
Yeah.
says bonus action because mine is, but it's
If
special.
you wanted to Misty Step,
Yeah.
you could.
That is 8 points of piercing damage. Sorry,
Mhm.
6. Sorry, no, sorry. 9 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison.
Mm-hmm.
And the second attack from Shen
Mm.
hits. Constitution
Mm.
saving throw for me.
17.
Succeeds, so 7 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm
you on the
fine.
floor?
I'm fine.
Jesus, alright, okay.
Just only a flesh wound.
This guy is gonna run, provoking an attack of opportunity, should you desire.
Yep.
Og.
But then he won't be able to move away from you. It's the only point.
I mean, but he'll still be fleeing, right? I mean,
He'll finish his turn
Yeah.
once this is done anyway. But yeah,
Okay. Well, this is one I hit before, right? So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. Gonna stab.
Yep.
Alright.
13
Come
misses.
on.
So in which case he is instead going to run.
Excuse me, do I also get an attack of opportunity?
You do, yes, because you are now untethered. If you would like to make an attack.
Cool. So Hayden
Are
normally
you
keeps...
prone?
Yes.
No. Oh, I stood up.
Because I didn't get up.
Ah, okay, sure.
So can I not attack from opportunity when I'm prone?
No, just disadvantage on attack rolls, I think.
Oh.
I mean, did you not have the movement to?
I did, but I chose not to because I didn't want to like make people aware that I was free.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make you prone. You could stay on the floor, but like be crouching or like be not complete. I don't know how this works, but
I think you're pretending you're still tied up, right? So that's
Yeah.
probably
okay, I
probably
see, I
rolling.
see.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind having disadvantage. Can I balance that out because it's kind of a sneak attack? Expecting it, and I have an ally within 5.
Just because it's a sneak attack doesn't mean it's advantage. They are expecting combat.
Oh,
They're expecting
damn.
attacks.
Okay, that's fine. Then it's just a normal disadvantage attack. With
Yeah.
my dagger. Where is it? Let's roll this. Numbers are not sure. Oh, here we go. Does a 12 hit?
Neither of those hit. So this guy, is he kind of like attempting to like scamper away from Aku and Hayden, like the spear juts in and kind of rips off part of his cloak, and like the dagger appears out of nowhere, and he just seems to be kicking wildly, leaving as he disappears. I will say he runs the full length of this corridor and ends up here, which you guys cannot see. He kind of scarpers out the room and bolts off. As does Kari. Kari has to go around Aku because she's currently scared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This one is going to do the same. Get a bit further around than Kari. It's not that one's go. The shot from outside is now going to, as you see, kind of like there's another cross goes. Ping comes in. Is going to go after Shen. 17 hits. So that's again going to be 2 points of damage. Sorry, 46. 15 plus 1d6. No, 1d8. A 1. Jeez. Okay, for 19 points of damage. As Shen is kind of like the only one who's kind of looking around like, what is going on? What are you doing? As all of his friends start running out of the room. However, he this bow kind of catches him again, right just like grazes his cheek a little bit. You see kind of blood streaking down. It seems to be quite deep on the side, poking out the wall. End of that person's turn, whoever it is. And then we're gonna go Barnes drinking. This guy out here runs away. And each of them just kind of backing away from the winds. Like you see, like each of you, they seem compelled to follow this instruction. Lorian drinking, Ascor drinking.
Ascor's talking to someone else's girlfriend.
Okay, nice. Ascor seems to be on here twice, which I need to remove.
Barnes is talking to
yeah,
that person's boyfriend.
That's the girlfriend.
Okay. Hayden, you're up.
Cool. I am going to use my movement, stand up, so I'm no longer prone. I only have half movement because I'm exhausted, so I guess that uses all of my movement.
Is it half of your remaining movement to stand up, or it feels like half of your total movement, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Half of total, I think.
Total, okay.
Yeah. So, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna pull my dagger out from the sheath that I have on the back of my belt, and I am going to try to stab Shen. So is this a sneak attack?
This is a sneak attack. That doesn't mean it's an advantage.
Okay. Oh shit. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm not anymore because I'm not prone. It's only a disadvantage on ability check.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Let's do this then. 22 hit.
22 hits. That's 40
Cool.
damage.
I do 9 points of piercing damage and 31 points of sneak attack damage.
Yeah, absolutely. As he
Oh,
he hasn't expected. You
boy.
didn't see you go for the other guy, and as he kind of like turns to face back, Aku, like, what is going on? Suddenly, you just like come around the side, and your dagger kind of scrapes all off his ribs and kind of punctures in, and you see kind of it's like an escape of air. As clearly you've hit a lung. As he kind of pulls it out, and there's blood leaking down. So, like kind of rips it.
As Hayden kind of like shoves the dagger like into his side, kind of leans in close and says, "I never fucking liked you anyway."
Oh.
Yikes. Is that everything for Hayden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
No
I can
secret.
do anything with my bonus action. I don't. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Aku, you're up.
Emboldened by Hayden stabbing this man, Aku is gonna attempt to attack him as he's the only one there. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
I'll just roll my second attack as well. 27.
Both hit.
Great. So in total, natural 20.
Ayo.
No, that was a D12.
Oh.
Aw.
Wasted.
I'm so sad. 26 plus 27 points of damage.
27 points of damage. Okay. As it's kind of lit on the side, you kind of flick over one of your attacks, you kind of slip it in, and you feel there's like a breaking or cracking of his knee as he kind of like drops down to one, and the second one you whirl it around, just slap him across the face, and like teeth and blood go flying off to one side. You see him kind of almost double over, like clearly not doing great, but still barely on his feet.
And also, with the rest of his turn, he is going to talk to Hayden inside Hayden's head and say, I like the attempt, but I think it's best if you try and leave now.
Wow.
Okay. And with that, I would say the rest of you, you kind of hear the little sound, and Heinrich kind of comes out and, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that some rather overzealous fans of mine have made a bit of a commotion in the chapel nearby. It is advised that you all stay inside for your own safety. Near being, guards will be taking care of it. Do not worry too much. And stay. Don't want anyone being harmed this evening. That will be perhaps where the party is made aware, should or should not they choose to go. However, I understand that's not exactly the most obvious example for them that someone's in trouble. And with it being half past and the top of a round, we'll quickly leave it there. If people want to come back at 22.
Cool.
Door.
Guys. Soon.
Bye.
Bye. Hello. We are
Hello,
back.
welcome back. The boy band, some of them are having a nice night discussing little political issues, gaining some information, drinking some rather expensive wine. Some of it's overpriced, but that's fine. The other ones,
Whether
fighting.
someone knows what a frog is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other
Important
ones
stuff.
fighting for their life.
Yeah, no, the frog's what's important.
So to quickly return to the battle, as it may or may not, we shall see if you guys manage to do anything before the host return, which will be because command only lasts one turn. Shen is up first, and he is going to take a swing at one at both of you. So, Hayden,
Yes.
that's a 12.
Let me just. Okay, first of all, I want to clarify. Could I have theoretically worn my leather armor, my leather mariner's armor underneath my shirt?
I don't know what so actually I'm rolling at disadvantage. For some reason against Hayden when I actually should be rolling this against Aku. So I'll screenshot this for proprietary, and send it over for information. Would you have given Kari's here? Hayden, could you make a wisdom check? Say a wisdom check to see if you've been smart enough to maybe realize that you probably would be in danger.
Chuckles. I'm not in danger. I didn't wear anything. I rolled a 7, so I mean, if I had been next to Aku and making this decision.
You don't. No, it's a check. Honestly, no, you're not smart. Sorry.
Okay, I'm a fucking dumbass.
Let
me take my
so
armor
you have
off.
no armor. However, Aku, that's a natural 1. So Shen, thrown off balance, as you can see the thing uncertain, is not able to hit Aku, and instead therefore lunges at Hayden.
And what's the roll at me?
This is a 17.
Oh man.
So could you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
Okay. Do I get a bonus off of Aku for con saves?
Yes.
And it's a 17.
17 succeeds, so you instead take 9 points of piercing damage as it does find you, but your poison kind of again seems to almost like pull off slightly towards the wings and evaporate.
Cool.
That girl is poison.
Okay, in which case, then it's going to be this guy's turn, who is going to run back into the room, having been told not to, being very confused and ran away.
Welcome back.
They're all dashing, so Kari's gonna stand in the doorway. They're all gonna kind of pile up outside. However, the thing through the outside of the window is gonna fire at the new person who's walked in. That misses, unfortunately. There's kind of a bit of a commotion. A bolt just goes slams straight through and seems to hit into the wall and bends outside. D&D Boyband. Gonna presume with that being the only announcement, Barnes, would you be doing anything other than continuing to party?
I mean,
Probably
reasonably no. I mean,
that's fine.
So okay, can we cast our mind back to the circumstance that Hayden and Aku walked out in? Would I be worried? How long has it been?
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Oh.
What is he?
So if I remember, I think I was the only one who saw where Hayden went.
Yeah.
And Aku was the only person that I told where he went as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but just like before that, Barnes was the person that Aku was talking to just before, saying that he was going to find Hayden. So at the time it was joking, but like given that they haven't been back in a while, like I don't think it's unimaginable that Barnes would like think it's weird that they just disappeared, right?
I mean, Barnes might also think that they're just making out somewhere, so
He might also
Not
think
helpful,
that.
Hayden. Our lives are in danger.
That's a good point. He probably would think that they were making out in a bush.
Where you been? Just banging.
I think reasonably, with that kind of announcement, he'd probably look to where the other people in the party are, and if they're not close by, probably get closer to maybe Zug, whoever's like out, in the far-flung reaches of the party.
After the announcement, would Barnes look over at the bar to Lorien?
Probably. I think his eyes would flick around to all of them and clock where
Lorien
they
just does this. and then looks to her and then raises his eyebrows.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I see how it is.
There's
Okay.
actually a commotion. Yeah. So I just want to suss where everyone is and if someone's
So
far
I'll say
away.
you guys can you just tend to gather up essentially, like shoot
Yeah.
when something happened.
Yeah.
Okay. The other assassin is gonna run closer. I'll just skip through all the party's turns. Yeah. So given that Shen's not there anymore, we'll go back to Hayden. Basically, everybody who was there before is now like crowding to get through the doorway and are now all in range of you. They've come back, but they're not all in the cramped room with you anymore. Reminder, there is. It would be tough, but you might be able to get out the window. We shall see. However, it's Hayden's go.
cool. Glancing over his shoulder, he spots the one of the other clasp members running back into the room, and he quickly decides that they're likely to be surrounded and ambushed again real soon. So he puts his hand into his pocket and pulls out a bit of licorice root, which he'd actually purchased from Lorien earlier in that day, and pops into his mouth, and mumble under his breath, he casts the Haste Spell on himself.
Okay.
Just click on that. So that's a concentration spell, and it lasts for a minute. So let's hope this is over in a minute. And that means I have an extra action per turn. I also gain a +2 to my AC, which is really helpful since I don't have armor on right now. And my speed is also doubled, which is great because right now my speed is halved, so my speed goes
You
back
get
to
a
normal.
bonus action per turn.
So I'm just fucking cracked up on speed right now, which is great. And with my, so I guess that takes my normal action. But when does the results of haste kick in? Is it on my next turn, or
No,
is
it's
it
immediately.
like, immediately? So I basically get to cast haste as a free action in a sense because I now get another action.
Yeah.
Cool. So I am going to rip the dagger out from Shen's side, spin it in my hand, and turn around to the new guy that's just arrived and slice it into his chest.
Okay.
So that is okay. By any chance, could that be a sneak attack? Because Aku is within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it is.
Cool. So doesn't get an advantage though. It's just a normal attack, but has sneak attack. Okay, so that's a
17 hits. Yep.
Cool. So that is 8 points of piercing damage and 19 points of sneak attack damage for a total of 27.
27. Okay.
How's the guy looking?
He's not great, this particular one, having been hit by, I think, Aku once, a crossbow, and now your sneak attack damage. But still on his feet. As he kind of runs back into the room, panting slightly, like, eyes sure. Sorry, go on.
My turn isn't over.
That's fine. He's like, as your dagger hits him, kind of slices him, and you see it kind of going, almost like cuts his ears off and kind of comes down, and there's like draining blood down the side.
Cool. And then as my bonus action, I am going to cast Shadow Blade at 2nd level.
Concentration.
Oh no, it's a Luke, you didn't warn me! No!
Well, I'm just saying.
To be fair,
no, don't do it.
Do not break the haste concentration, whatever you do.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like,
tell you I was
it's
gonna
all
cast
over for
haste.
you.
So it's right. Oh man. Okay, well there goes my bonus
What
action.
I will say is though, with an action and an action, you can hold one action, and in between your turns, you can get a second sneak attack, which means you can get 2 sneak attacks in a turn using haste.
Oh, wait.
So you take your attack action to attack somebody, not this turn because you've used it to cast spell. You attack somebody, sneak attack, and then use your spare action to ready an action. And so when it's not your turn, because that's the rule of sneak attack, when it's on your turn per turn, when it's someone else's turn, you can immediately make a second sneak attack.
Yo, Luke, you're the best.
Out-theorized.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to hold my action. To I guess use. Yeah,
You can't hold a bonus action.
Oh wait.
So when you've got an action, you can hold it.
Right.
And that what you're doing there can be a bonus action, but you use both your actions this turn, one to cast haste, one to attack.
Okay. Then for my bonus action, I do nothing. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna use Versatile Trickster. And I'm gonna use my Mage Hand which is not a concentration spell, I believe. Not?
No.
Okay, cool.
No,
I'm gonna use my Mage Hand to distract Shen. This is kind of gross. Basically my Mage Hand is just gonna like take its magical fingers and like just like jab into the wound that I cut earlier and like try to pull at it to like freak him out, but it doesn't do any damage, but it will mean that I get advantage on attack rolls against him.
Okay, that's actually he kind of like looks up and is slightly confused at this weird hand dabbing in and out of his eyes. Aku.
Or Aku gets advantage. It's up to you.
It says that give you advantage on attack rolls against that creature until the end of the turn. So
Ooh,
I
am
don't
I
think it
wrong?
works for.
Oh yeah, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay, Mook. I'm sorry too.
Aku.
I realize I should have done this earlier, and I can't actually remember if I did, but I don't think I did. So I'm gonna use my bonus action and use my vow of enmity on Shan.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess Aku mouths a small prayer, given that he can't mutter under his breath, and he is going to make an attack against Shen.
Okay, absolutely, go for it.
So the first one is 26
That
with
hits.
advantage, and the second one is 23 with
23.
advantage.
So the first one hits, roll damage for it. You might not need the second one.
You sure about that?
You don't need it.
13.
As Shen is kind of like being blinded by the finger, you're not exactly sure. He's like, already pretty much on his knees. The others rejoin. They kind of like looks and speaks to them, and then the spear just like straight up through here and kind of jutting out one side. You see him kind of choke for a little bit on it as you kind of like throw it off, and he falls and like the gem in his eye kind of ting 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 falls on the floor and goes away. So Shen is no more. Your second attack, if you would like to make it against this guy, you can have the same roll.
Yeah, so 23.
23 hits.
12 points of damage.
12 points. This guy still just about standing. Similar hit will probably take him down. Cool. Any guess let's do it to 10.
Yeah, I guess Aku would take maybe a step towards the window, give Hayden a look, and then, as much as I can do without any bonus action or action, haunt the guy that's barely alive.
Okay. Fair enough. Shen's out. This guy is gonna step forward, almost being pushed by Kari. And is going to make a swipe at Aku. Disadvantage because he's scared. That's 20 something. That's a d6. 7 points of piercing damage. And a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, well, Hayden,
York.
in your head, you are gonna hear Aku and see him sort of look at you, and you will hear I didn't mean to make a mess. And he sort of like chokes a bit as he's been slashed at.
Yeah, this time
And-
it's like almost mimicking. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And after a brief pause, you'll hear I just really didn't want your life or your freedom cut short by the clasp. Hayden, and then he passes out.
As it kind of like clashes across, almost mimicking the scar he had earlier, you see him kind of, Aku kind of falls down, and this kind of whirls round to Hayden now, and as Aku falls down, we will have this second attack.
Oh, good.
That's like a 27 to hit. Hits. Just gonna assume. Hayden,
Sorry,
can you make a contribution?
To confirm,
You, sorry.
Aku doesn't fall out the window. He just falls
No.
inside the room.
Yep. Hayden, he's unconscious. That's 27 to hit. That's 7 piercing damage. And could you make a Constitution saving throw for me, Hayden?
7 piercing damage. Do I get the Constitution bonus if Aku's unconscious?
Yes, he's still alive.
Okay. So that is a 20.
20 succeeds. Could you make a concentration check for me against 7 points of damage?
So how do I do a concentration
Roll
check?
a Constitution saving throw again, and you need to beat 10.
Oh no, that's a 9. Oh, my
Hayden,
haste spell.
You are stunned.
Stunned.
You are stunned.
Oh man, this is so bad.
Wait, is it because of the attack or because I've dropped my haste
Because
spell?
you dropped haste.
It's like you're super wired, and then when it stops,
Oh.
you're stunned for a turn.
No, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn. Okay,
Oh no, this is so bad.
Kari will walk in.
Oh fuck.
See Aqua on the floor. Some kind of cusp you under the cheek, Hayden. Just look straight in the eyes. We all make choices. The dagger will come and slam straight into your chest. That is 30 to hit. Can you make a
Hits.
Constitution saving throw for me?
God.
Stun, auto crit. I hate to be that person.
No. So this is
That's
where
not that one, is it?
it says you're not stunned. It says you can't move or take actions.
Okay.
I got
okay.
But stunned is
Sure.
auto crit. Fail. Okay.
I got a natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay. The assassin deals an extra. Okay. Cool.
The
so that-
assassin!
4 point. That 7 points of piercing and 20 points of poison damage.
Wait, 40 points of damage total?
No, 7.
7
That's
points.
20, no, 20 total. 7 and 13. Is that what
20
I said?
total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a death attack, DM? What's it called? That?
A death attack.
That's
no,
what they used to
it's,
call it in 3rd edition.
is Hayden still alive?
For now.
Okay, second attack from Kari. 20.
To hit?
Yeah.
It hits.
That another Constitution saving throw, please. Haste is a very double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's 19.
Okay, that's 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
None of the others.
Okay.
The bolt is going to fly in from somebody outside. That's going to be... that does not hit Kari. As you can expect it coming down, seems to dodge and goes, "Out of the window, you fool!" To one of the others, who, as Hayden slumps back, unable to move, one of the other assassins is going to run in, stand over where Shen is, look down and kind of grip the thing, kind of angry. 20. To hit.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay, that's 5 points of piercing and 14 points of poison.
Okay, he's unconscious now.
Both of you fall. We shall let this fade to black on this side. However, could both of you please roll, and do not tell anyone else the results, death saving throws, until you reach either 3 successes or 3 fails.
Okay.
Can't believe this is happening.
Oh my god, have you busted out the Fortune's Favor scroll?
Don't believe it.
I hate this.
What's a fail?
Anything under a 10.
What is 10 a succeed or a fail?
10 is succeed.
Okay.
Jamie, now is not the time to guzzle straight from a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi Max.
Imagine you kill
No.
two of your players. You pick up the
You're like,
2-liter bottle of
literally,
soda.
the vibes
shotgun.
are not there with a
Have a
2-liter
nice
bottle of
sip.
Pepsi.
The vibes are very not that for Hayden.
Multi-kill.
Okay. Thank you, Hayden. Raku?
This is the like reading people's expressions on their camera moment.
I'm
Right,
literally
If they
sweating.
cry, you
Me
know.
I am
too. I'm
like,
so
I'm
stressed.
literally like sweating.
And meanwhile, in the party, they're fucking clinking glasses and laughs in Irish.
Laughs in Yeehaw.
Eyes.
Oh boy.
Well, we'll see what happened there eventually, won't we?
I don't believe it.
You're not gonna make us roleplay at this party like nothing's wrong, are you?
Oh my god.
So the group and the party.
No.
Suffice to
Fuck,
say
dude.
that none of your compatriots return. What has happened to them? Perhaps you'll find out. Given the potential seriousness of what has just happened, do either of you, does anybody in the party want to anything you'd like to achieve or accomplish at the party before you go looking for these two? I suppose, given that you don't want to roleplay the party, what would you like to do? Well, assuming that's not the case.
After a while, I think Barnes would certainly gather Lorien and Zug, take them to the side and be like, guys, it's been a while since we've seen Aku and Hayden, has it not? Aku went to find him and they could be, having a good night, but...
Well, I assume based on what I've seen, both of those guys pull out in the town square. If there was some sort of ruckus, then certainly we would have had to be evacuated, perhaps. Maybe it was just some sort of public indecency that had them ejected from this here estate.
Am
Right.
I nearby for this?
Yeah, you've been
We're
gathered.
huddled. We're huddled.
Yeah, this is a huddle, party huddle.
I mean, can't we just talk to them with the
I
body
can.
stuff?
I will do that. But I can't cast spells in here. Listen, part of me thinks that
Oh.
Aku could have reached out for help at any point if he needed it, if it were that situation, but I also wonder if he is ever a person who'd ask for help, I get the sense he's the sort to shoulder everything himself.
Perhaps it is something a tad more intimate then. I mean,
Right, well, they
Hayden-
might just be fucking, right?
yeah, we can only hope that. Well, I would say for myself here, my work here is done for this evening. So
I have things I want to talk to you about as well, about Siegfried, but...
I'll meet you guys outside the gate. I gotta do my normal exit here. And if we're kind of agreeing to leave, Lorien will find like Eloise, and he'll find like a couple of the people that he's kind of spoken to throughout the night, and kind of like just make a very big show about saying goodbye, and then he's gonna face step, just like he steps backwards into some like petals and kind of like leaves, and just whoosh, and he just disappears. And
Oh my! Bye.
it smells very nice. And just
Call me.
and yeah, he'll meet you guys outside the gate. He doesn't want to be seen leaving with you, basically.
Yeah. The rest of you reconvene
DM,
outside the
does
gate. Oh, sorry.
Does the Master Galvadane observe the retreat?
Yes, absolutely. If you've been gathered with the group, the rest of you, though, as you kind of see, you'll see that kind of looking a little bit. You kind of see dusting his coat off. Kari seems to have walked back into the party. Those of you who recognize Kari, that is, which I think is only
that?
Zug and Ascor.
Yeah.
And what's his condition?
Sorry, the condition of Kari.
Indeed.
Kari's, she looks like slightly disheveled. There's make a perception check.
He's been making out in a bush, maybe.
Right, let's see how it goes. Perception, here it comes. A ginormous 3.
She's actually quite a pretty lady, and Ascor is very distracted.
Vibes.
Yeah, I suppose having bowed out with the party, I'll make a cordial exit, say goodbye to Heinrich, drop over to Siegfried and say I'll be in touch, etc. And yeah, meet the folk outside.
Ascor is going to continue talking to the somebody else's girlfriend, who he's by this point, of course, charmed plus 10 in pretty much all the charisma stats. Let's face it, and sort of be like, yeah, let me show you around the grounds. Let's go for a little walk, and sort of not too surreptitiously looking. Exit the party and then be like, oh, I'm really sorry, I've got to go. And then try and catch up.
Okay. So eventually, as you're all meeting outside, Ascor will get there. Ascor and Lorraine will both join. I think at this point, just Barnes and Zug, right?
Well, if we're gathering, but I mean, seeing Ascor, Barnes would sort of surprised be like, well, it's a surprise to see Ascor von Galverdane here.
DM, I think Ascor probably is having to take a little bit longer and try and sort of come after them a bit.
Okay.
Because he's having to exit in such a flamboyant way.
Okay, absolutely. So I'll say the three of you meet up first.
Right, okay. Alright, guys, let's maybe round the corner and find somewhere safe, and I'll see if I can get in contact.
Bear with me 1 second while and he sort of like shakes his head, and like a sort of like rush of leaves just kind of comes down, and now he's just back in his normal like outfit, mask, just kind of dirty leather, grimy twigs in his hair, just like, oh, much better.
That was a cool trick.
Yeah, very neat trick.
Thanks. I spent a long time practicing that one.
My outfit, is it an outfit or is it a disguise outfit?
It's an outfit.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
for real.
So
No
where are my weapons?
The brothel.
Yeah, you don't have it.
Oh, all right.
Ready?
Should we wander back?
As
You can
ready
maybe
as I'll ever
listen to
be.
him on the way.
Right, let's find an alleyway. Somewhere close by in case they do actually need help. It's gonna be so awkward if they're just, confessing.
Oh my god. Imagine if you just send them a message in the middle of their climax and their special moment, and all they hear is your
Alright,
voice
enough
in
of
their
that.
head.
Enough of that.
Oh, hello, boys. What are you up
enough
to
of that.
tonight? What's going on, boys?
I don't sound like that, do I?
Everything all right? It's kind of funny, actually. It's not an accent I heard in a while, but I like it a lot.
Heard in a while, or like 1,000 years.
That's a funny thing to say, Zog.
Thank you.
The passage of time works differently for us folk.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I assume we've found a little street corner.
DM, does the Galverdane arrive?
Let's say yes, for the sake of conveniency. By the time you all arrive and joining in and everything, actually, you guys have probably a little bit of time to chat before Ascor arrives. We'll say
Well, as he's arriving, Bonds would
Yeah.
very much be like, "Why is the doppelganger coming towards us?"
Oh my god, he's come for his revenge. It's about the frogs. Grungus,
normal.
go!
Act normal.
Act normal. Act normal.
Act normal.
Here
What a
you
nice
go, here you
party.
go.
That was such a funny party. I'm so
Laura-
glad to have met you guys.
Lorraine just pulls
Oh,
out some
yes.
cigarettes and just hands them to you guys. Quickly. Come on. We're just normal
Wait,
guys
no,
doing
they're-
normal guys.
he's rich. Just pretend we're dealing drugs to each other.
Hey, you want some drugs?
That's pretty normal. Yes, I would
Ascor
like
von
that
Galverdane.
expensive one.
I got Ascor von Galverdane. You want some drugs?
How can we help you, Rich boy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Ascor's
it's
Join an
gonna
adventuring crew.
Ascor probably looks not short of breath, but he's not been like slyly walking. He's kind of trotted after them a bit, and you're like, yes, hello. And then he turns to Lorien and goes, ciao.
Bonjour.
How can we help the famous son of Heinrich?
I've been waiting for Buongiorno for fucking 2 sessions. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Wow. Excuse me.
Can we help
And,
you, sir?
sort of sensing they aren't too sure, Asgore goes, "Why, yes, one of you seems to have left your wallet."
My wallet? Oh,
Wallet.
I don't think I had one of those. I don't possess money, but
Well, I found
Zug?
something inside. It said something about mind control. Just a story about a doppelganger. What is this?
That is a pretty wild imagining. Wow. You sure that was our wallet and not maybe, I don't know, your brother's or...
Insight check.
I don't even have a wallet. Can't be mine.
Can I insight check Asco to find out what his fucking deal is? What are
Yeah,
his
go for it.
vibes? Vibe check.
yeah,
Vibe check.
indeed. I'll
Okay. 27 on the vibe check. 27 on the vibe check.
8.
Oh, let me get the thing up.
Because this is weird. This is definitely weird.
Yeah.
It's just an 18, I'm afraid.
What's the vibes then, Asco?
You probably get that this guy is not being as direct with you. He knows more than he's letting on.
You know, you'd get what you want from us a lot easier if you just cut the shit, sir.
What do you mean? Frankly, you've been guests at my party. How dare you speak to me in such a way?
Yeah, well, we're in this here alley now, which looks a bit 3-1, so I would say we own this alley.
You're welcome to own all the alleys you want, really, if I'm concerned.
Asgore, I'm really so glad that we made such an impression on you that you wanted to follow us out here, but we've actually got a pretty important thing to be discussing amongst ourselves. It's adventurer business, you know. One of our
Okay,
friends...
stop. Look, it's me. It's actually me. You, obviously. Lorian.
I believe this is the first time we have properly met in that case.
Wait, it's actually you.
Oh, in that case, let's do a little... And then he goes, well, you're a new friend. Can we trust this one, or is he going to turn into a demigod?
Hold up, doppelganger, maybe. Say something only Asgore von Galverdane, the real one, would know.
Who is a womanizer?
Try again, that was awful.
Who is a womanizer?
No, something about the intimacies of the journey that we shared.
Well, when we bathed together, perhaps.
You guys are
You
pretty
went
close
there.
then.
No, I've never had a
Hayden.
bath with you.
No, you haven't. Hayden, come on. It was my idea.
Well, in case you can't see, Hayden is presently not here. In fact, we're trying to
Oh,
find
for
our...
fuck's sake! Oh, fuck all you lot!
Bonds, Zug, and Lorian. It's just Bonds, Zug, and Lorian.
Oh, shit. All right, go get specific. Barnes, Zug, and Lorian. And then in that case, he'll turn to Zug and just go, milk.
Oh, it's definitely him.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Take your word for it. Asgore,
No, believe me.
Wait, was that you the whole time, Asgore?
Yes, it is, and I have fantastic news, and DM, remind me if I'm wrong. I have slain the doppelganger!
Yes.
You've slain the doppelganger.
Wait, what? How'd you do that?
You just
No,
straight up
Jim,
broke
you
into your own
really-
house and killed a doppelganger. Wow.
Well, it was lucky, really. I was going up to my chamber, where it normally was, and... Well, he was naked, so I had the upper hand. And my rapier, his was on the bed, and... Well, I ran him through, like any respectable gentleman would in combat.
You
You ran
ran
it
yourself
naked.
through.
A naked, unarmed man.
You pierced yourself with a rapier.
Did you even find out what his name was? What his business was? Who brought him here?
He's a monster. Who cares?
Right.
Hmm.
There's so much that we have to talk about, but I think top of the list, you'll notice a conspicuous absence of two of our other close companions, yes?
Well, I'm confused as to why you were leaving. I didn't expect you to consult me, of course, because, well, how would you know?
Because I need to
But-
find out where Akko and Hayden are. They might just be, having a good time somewhere, but it's been a while. Do you know anything about it, perhaps? Any insider knowledge? Any...
Nothing. Security on the ground floor is relatively lax, but patrols will have been not doubled, but increased around the other floors as the party was going on.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to straight up ask so we stop speculating. I am concerned for them. And I'm gonna cast Sending to Akko. I'm gonna say, Akko, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting something, but I can't help but be worried about you. Are you alright, friend?
No response.
He kind of pauses, taps his fingers on his arms, shakes his head. Nothing from him.
I realized there might be a mighty flaw in our here plan.
Right?
If they are otherwise intimately engaged, or if they are dead. We ain't receiving a reply from those boys either way.
Are you kidding me? If somebody sends me a sending while I'm having sex, I'll still reply to it.
You are one of a kind, sir. I have no response to that.
Barnes is a kinky motherfucker.
He's just completely casual and deadpan about it. Like, don't you answer your texts?
Oh my god, it's that
Barnes,
thing where
when
she
was the
answers
last
the
time?
phone.
Barnes, you haven't had sex in how many hundreds or thousands of years?
One day.
I want to highlight that we're here for concern for the rest of our party, not to discuss how long it's been since Barnes.
How about
Right.
then we could perhaps try if it would
Like, if
put
they
your
are in
mind-
mortal danger, we are kind of wasting time.
Right, no, indeed you're quite correct. Alright, shall I try Hayden as well, just in case? I'll try
I mean,
Hayden.
if they are
I
doing
mean, yeah.
anything, at the very least, he's just going to give you some sort of embarrassed squeak back. So
Right,
if you can get a
Hayden's right.
response.
He's likely to yelp, isn't he? Alright.
Oh dear, is that something you're real prepared to hear inside your own head
Oh,
there?
enough!
I'd rather hear it. Hayden, hello. I hope I've not got you at a bad moment, or maybe I do. I hope you're good. Please reply if you can. I don't care what you're doing.
No response.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing?
Well, perhaps
How
we-
much did they drink?
Nothing?
Not very much. Oscar left just after we spoke to your father. It's been a while, actually.
Oh, this is not good. This
No,
is
it's
very
not.
good.
It's not
I
good
don't
at
think
all.
either of them are reckless enough to get drunk on whatever it is you're up to.
Well, Hayden might, but Naku,
now
he might too, actually.
in the absence of your spellcasting working there, we could do this in more traditional fashion. I could ask one of my friends to have a look around and try and find them and come back and report their location.
Right, or...
I mean, obviously that would be a better idea. Why did you not suggest that in the first place?
Well, I would generally prefer that folks mind their own business, and if I were otherwise intimately engaged with a partner, I would prefer people did not speak into my head or send little critters into my bedroom to find me.
Well, anyway, we are wasting time. I can't magically locate them, so anything you can do to find them. But I don't have any way of locating them at all.
So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Speak with Animals, and I'm just going to whistle and sort of see what animals are in the locale.
A couple of kind of urban foxes kind of like pop their head around the corner, and some pigeons like land at the top of the ceiling, like roof nearby.
Good evening, my feathery and furry urban friends. I would be so grateful if you could do me a favor. I'm looking for a couple of folk. They likely together. One of them has a smell of sort of mischief about him, and the other has a sort of smell of like blood and foliage, I would say. So if you happen to see him run by, have any friends that have seen their whereabouts, you come find me. Let me know.
They kind of look at each other. Down to you. Seats, food, seats.
All right. And like, I'll make some good berries and give them the good berries.
Yeah, they kind of make the game. They both kind of like look at each other and nod. Then you see kind of the foxes kind of skulk off and the birds fly off.
Okay. Well, we'll give it a little while, and if they don't come back with anything, I do have some other tricks at my disposal, which we can.
We're desperate.
But it is it does require quite a lot of energy, and unless it's an emergency, I'm not quite motivated to use it.
Right. Ascor, you said there are patrols around the grounds. I suppose it's possible a guard might have seen him go somewhere.
That's right. I could keep the charade up and go and ask if they've seen them.
You could. Actually, Ascor, who are your guards exactly?
Excuse me. You think I know these people?
Well, I'm asking because your father mentioned that there was some commotion and some fans were trying to get into the estate and pushed back out, but...
Well, it's
Maybe.
possible.
That commotion were our friends.
Well, I don't know how big fans they are, to be honest with you.
All
I
right,
can't say they've been campaigning for him.
Ascor. This might be bad. I think it's good for you to check your house guards.
Well, it's a good idea, so why not? You stay here and don't do anything suspicious. Please don't use magic, visibly at least.
Oh,
Well, you don't have to worry about me
And,
doing that.
Good, Zug. I always knew I could rely on you. And Ascor begins to make his way over to the couple of federales. In fact, there's a federale over here, look.
Yep. Oh, Mr. Gavin.
And
Hope you're having a
Ascor
good
goes,
evening.
"Hey, right, geezer, how you doing, mate, on a night like this?"
So sorry, you're feeling all right?
That does not happen. He goes, yes, hello, you there. What's your rank? Sorry.
What's the sergeant, sir?
Was a sergeant.
Yeah, before I took up this gig, private security.
Fantastic, and sorry, what rank are you now? What level of seniority?
Team lead.
Team lead, did he say?
Team lead, yeah.
Project manager.
Sysadmin.
HR. He goes, yes, that will do. In that case, can you update me on the security situation? I heard there's been some commotion.
Yeah, I understand some of well, the car is lots been causing some troubles.
The who?
Kari, you know, your father's guest.
He's been causing trouble.
She's been causing some issues.
To be fair, her icon does look like a man.
Yeah, is it
I got confused every single time his name.
No, they've taken over the church. I heard there was some commotion. Someone found a body, but it's sure they're being taken care of.
A body.
Yeah, one of them.
Ridiculous. Good lord. Where have they been taken?
I mean, they like to keep themselves to themselves. Mr. Gavin says leave them alone, but I imagine the chapel.
Well, very well. All right, sir. Thank you for your service. You've been very informative. And
My job.
please, don't mention this to anybody else. And he pulls out one copper. And gives him a copper.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
And yourself. He seems very pleased with the interacting.
So you kind of,
And
those of you with better perception, you kind of spits outside of one mouth. That's cool.
and Ascor comes back to the group. And as he gets near, goes, yoo-hoo! As if like he's coming to talk to companions again. And as soon as he gets to you again, he's just like very very direct and very like focused. Okay. The word body was mentioned. I believe they've been taken to the chapel. Well, I don't know if it's they. Somebody's been taken to the chapel.
What, to like
There was some
be
commotion.
married or?
Hopefully
I
somebody
don't
that
know.
Aku has killed. Ideally.
I don't know, but
Assumedly.
somebody, a life has been taken this evening.
Oh boy.
It's normally Aku taking them, so let's not jump to those conclusions. All right, to the chapel then.
I don't know the full details,
Well,
but I suspect
will
the
they
chapel.
allow y'all in there, or is
We're
this
party guests. Haskar von Galverdine, could you show us around the chapel? We're interested in the faith.
Don't be ridiculous. They'll find excuses for not to let us in there.
Can you overrule them? As the doppelganger? Or just as your father's son? I suppose they think you're a doppelganger, no?
I don't know how much they know. I know that it is known here amongst affiliates of my father. Well, it's suspected at least that I'm the doppelganger, and that the true Ascor is
Right.
gallivanting.
Then they'll think you're a doppelganger. When did you kill it?
DM, how long ago did I make the?
Yeah, today. It's not been long.
Hmm.
It's
Then
not been long.
perhaps this requires some form of sneaking, subterfuge.
I think so, yes.
I'd say so. And the chapel is, DM, I'm right in thinking the chapel is separate from the main building.
Yes.
To be honest, I could probably march up to them and tell them to get out of the way. Or create a
Well, is that a
distraction.
magical thing, or are you just that confident in your abilities?
A little bit of column A and column B.
I have to be
Wow.
honest with you, it's not in my best interest to be seen sneaking into this residence, whether that's walking straight up there and demanding they let you in or not. My affairs are my own, and I tend not to be dissolved into any sort of scandal.
Fair
Who are
enough.
you, a detective?
We
A
owe him
detec-
some favours.
A drug dealer.
Lorraine, if we can't owe you a big enough favour to do this, then that's fair enough, and I understand.
All I'm saying is, I just don't see how marching in there, demanding things, is going to make it any easier than sneaking in. They say it is easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, right?
Alright, are we confident in our ability to just sneak up to them?
And Lorian plucks a leaf of mistletoe out of his hair, and between his fingers, it like burns up and turns to ash, and he casts Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
that'll
Very
do it.
tasty.
A veil of shadows and silence radiate from you.
Oh,
More than usual. Right?
Oh, and none of us are
Alright.
wearing heavy armor, so no disadvantage.
if things go awry, I'll create a distraction. For now, let's sneak.
We snack.
We sneaking at the chapel. What are we seeing, Jamers?
Okay, as you approach, you can see there are up ahead 2 guards seem to be positioned outside the chapel.
Are there any other ways in?
Yep, there is a way round the back. So you kind of sneak your way around. You'll see that this one here is unguarded.
Are there
I feel
any
very naked right now.
dark windows up there?
Where'd they all go?
Yes.
Oh, they're
Windows.
there. Trying to find you
Um,
guys on the map.
If
One of
you-
them has been with Lorian's passive perception. I'll say it's a problem. You can see that this window here has been like broken.
Probably not see, but yeah.
That's a good point. The rest of you can roll perception checks. Sorry, Laurie.
That's alright.
Maybe he can like hear the wind whistling through the cracks.
Yeah,
Or
like,
maybe
maybe
he's,
if
maybe
we-
you
if we
hear
pass it-
someone steps on glass.
Yeah. There.
That's a 21 perception anyway.
21. Okay, yeah. Barnes, between the cracking of glass and whatever, you guys can see that this window here has been broken.
Mhm.
Broken window up there.
Really?
Do we want to go up and in, or
Well, I can
Right,
get in that
how
window
far?
very easily.
Yeah. Should we need a quick little look? I can send one of my friends up there to find
Yes.
out what the business is.
I think that would be helpful.
One of your
Oh.
friends, please be specific.
One of the family Grungus. I can get them to hop on right up there and let us know what's
The
happening.
what?
Oh, I forgot. You don't know what a frog is. That's fine. I will cast Summon Fae, one of my Fae reinforcements. That's right, is one of my class features, and a little Grungus will appear. A little Grungus with fairy wings. Now you go on up there and have a quick look at, and then come back down and let us know what you see.
It kind of like a little frog appears, a little wind, it goes, and kind of flies up, flies back down.
While the
It spits on the floor.
While the
Okay.
frog's having a little peer, Barnes is going to kind of quietly say, and he looks very uncharacteristically serious, say to them, "Listen, guys, I don't know what we're going to find, but if it's one of our friend at Smither End, we'll make whoever did it pay. And we'll find the other one. Alright?"
Well, I should remind you all that we are in the grounds of a rather large facility, a rather large estate, and well, we've seen the number of guards. Whatever happens here, we need to keep it thoroughly contained.
Hell what may, we'll deal with all of them. I'll trample on every last one of them if they've done something to one of ours, you know?
No, it's more than that. I'm saying that the 2 guards on duty, what are we going to do about them if there's commotion inside? They'll call for help.
And let's be real, we don't know any of the circumstances under which this altercation took place. These fellas are doing their jobs, so...
Well, we don't even know if it's them inside. This is a
Exactly.
fact-finding mission strictly right now.
Sure, but what I'm saying is, if something has gone awry, we'll handle it. And try and keep your head cool. And he looks specifically at Zug. Do you know, if something has happened to them. And, just, you know, fill in time, but also using inspiring leader to kind of give them a bit of steely resolve to fill the boys with some temporary HP.
Hey, how many?
Okay.
19.
Oh,
Juicy.
That's good.
juicy.
Can Grungus speak? Just to double check.
Grungus speaks Sylvan.
Sylvan. Okay, as Grungus
Nice.
returns. What the fuck does Grungus sound like?
Like a cowboy.
Which Grungus?
Yeah.
Yeah, which Grungus?
Is this ancient Grungus? Is the sprightly Grungus?
Which one did you summon?
I did some. Let's say this was ancient Grungus. Yeah.
Wait,
There
Lord,
were-
what's up, Posse? What the hell is going on?
There
Grungus
were
the bus.
signs of a struggle, broken furniture, blood everywhere, one body on a table, wrapped in cloth.
Well, we got one body up there wrapped in cloth, and sir, you didn't happen to see any distinguishing features under that cloth there, did you? Perhaps
long,
size, body size, or
long blonde hair.
blonde? Well, not one of ours.
He's saying,
Could you make a perception check for Grungus?
Yeah. 20.
20. It looked as if there were footsteps through the blood, as well as 2 people being dragged.
He says that the body up there has blonde hair, so not one of ours, but there were signs of a struggle, lots of blood, and 2 bodies been dragged out. So, you know, that could be good or bad. It's still hard to say.
we've only seen one dead, and it was a blonde.
Exactly.
Right.
Dragged out where?
All right. I think it is.
Do we need
It
to get
feels-
up there and follow a trail?
Let me just. I didn't want to pull this one out, but it seems like the situation has escalated, and I will cast Locate Creature on Hayden.
Okay, there is a very faint ping about 900 feet to the northwest toward one of the central rivers of the Cloud District. moving-
Rivers.
Yeah, like it's like one of the streams kind of through the center, moving ever so
Hold
slowly
on.
away.
The spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature.
That's fine. It doesn't block it. Moving ever so slightly away from you.
Casting the spell, Lorian's like pulled his mask off and his eyes are just like glowing, kind of like the blood elf green with the sort of like wisps coming out of him as he's sort of like, we're going this way, boys. Let's go.
Which one
So-
is that?
Hayden, I can, it gets complicated. Let's
Right, keep
go
it up,
one
yes.
at a time.
Yes,
So-
sure.
Hayden and Aku. The group's coming to find you both. However, Aku, as that last message leaves your mind, you slump to the floor, consciousness fading, and as each kind of ragged breath, one step further, the world around you, the lights kind of inside your mind, seems to just be you and Lanharath sitting, facing opposite each other. And the rest of the world has just gone white. You kind of look down and you see again that's a scarf, and where you've had the person kind of slash it, and you look at the rest, and all your wounds are there, and you don't seem to quite be able to move. And you look across and you see Lanharath's in pretty much the exact same shape. You see kind of the cutting through his wooden skin, the scars and cuts exactly mirroring yours, and you see the light in his amber eyes, so kind of ever present throughout much of your life, early teens, pretty much as long as you can remember. You see both of you just seem to be stuck in position, staring at each other, and then slowly the lights in his eyes dim, and the light around you dims until you are left floating a sea of black energy, adrift on some kind of journey. And the only thing you can get the sense is that something's wrong, and that you should have moved on. Some force is keeping you from where you should be. And given your knowledge throughout this campaign, could Aku make a history check?
Yes, sir. Natural 20.
You remember a long time ago, sitting in the Silver Tooth at the Silver Crossroads, enjoying making fun of a group of the Raven Queen's followers, who elected you their champion and spoke to you about a problem they were facing. That souls that were meant to be passing through the Shadowfell were unable to. Something had gone wrong. And looking around, this darkness, uncertainty, this feeling of wrongness, that you shouldn't be here, that you should be somewhere else, can't help but think back to that conversation, that armor sitting somewhere in your bags, that problem that was faced, that you didn't make much of at the time, but now perhaps could not be more personal. Hayden. Again, you remember that, and as you kind of, that adrenaline, that energy from seeing Aku falls kind of goes, and then that little distraction, that tiny little pinprick of pain that causes your, whatever magic you've got from Lorien, the licorice burning in your mouth, to give up, you just freeze, and all of that ferocity, all of that anger, all of that emotion just dies. You're unable to move, your hand's stuck, and you watch as Kari pulls your chin up, slashes, and you just feel the blood leaving, and you want to scream, you want to move, and you can't. And as you just fall and hit the floor, everything goes dark and black. And that's it. You're left there, and suddenly you're seeing yourself from slightly higher, elevated above you, as you have an out-of-body experience that you're now seeing the only two in the room, and you're looking around as both of you failed all your death saving throws. It's weird. You'd never quite imagine what this would feel like. And Aku seems to disappear, and everything seems to fade away except for you looking at yourself. And you're staring into your own eyes. For a second, blink yellow. And as you kind of put your hand out, maybe your hand, you aren't sure, you touch something that's ever so slightly warm. And you look, and there are golden bars encasing you. You look back to yourself, and your skin has suddenly gone golden. For the briefest of seconds, your eyes might have... Are they red or gold? You can't tell, but they go gold. And then you, or whatever it is, kind of motions to step up, and the wounds are still there, and the scars are still there. And it still looks a bit like you, but you look down and you have your own form. You aren't exactly sure, but you're able to at least move. What would you do?
Look, I'm inside a cage.
Looking around, you can see bars kind of like going on for almost eternity in both directions. You can see kind of the one you're closest to, but there's nothing else around.
And there's like a duplicate of me in front of me on the other side of the bars?
Yeah.
I'll try grabbing the bars and I'll be like, who are you?
You grab the bars, and the other one grabs the bars as well and kind of clutches your hands as you do it. And it's weird. It feels like you're almost touching yourself from both angles of the bars, and the bars feel warm and not metal at all.
Hello?
And suddenly the face melds ever so slightly differently, and it's more akin to a number of people you've seen through your journey. It's weird. It's almost a combination of yours and Zug's and Rush's face. Kind of somehow smushed together, and perhaps looks nightmarish, but in this it's strangely comforting. This combination.
He's gonna try to reach out and touch the other face. Is it real?
Yeah, it feels real. There's a tiny bit. This feels a lot more metallic metal here, and it's still warm, but clearly metal.
If I pull back and look over my shoulder, is there anything behind me, or?
Yeah, now you kind of look down, you see there's like ever so slight. There's nothing there, but you can look down and you see you seem to be standing in water. And the water kind of keeps lapping up against the side of the cage.
I'm gonna pull back from bars and kind of turn around his shoulder and shout, "Hello!" See if anyone there.
Echoes go down, and the water seems to ripple around you as the sound goes on. And there's a little like, actually, there is a movement far out there. Something large twists and turns, and almost seems to move away from you quickly, like an eel. And then suddenly you hear the other side. Don't look. Don't look.
And
Focus.
on what?
Focus on me. Focus on where you are. Don't worry about her. She can't hurt you.
Who's her? Who are you?
I thought Russia would have explained a lot more to you.
Not seen Russian. What are you talking about? Does Hayden recognize anything from this place? Now that Russia's name has been mentioned.
Yeah, these sound a lot like dreams I suppose Russia once told you we would have had. If Russia mentioned it, I think Russia did.
Yeah, he told you about Golden Cage and Red Eyes in the Dark and all of that.
Okay. Would Hayden put together who this voice might be then?
Yes, I think so.
You... No. Really? Yep.
There's the other you, or combination of you, kind of nods ever so slightly. I didn't expect to see you here quite so soon. Sorry.
Where's here?
Here is where I've spent better part of the last several millennia.
Not much to do around here, huh? No, half-heartedly cracks the joke.
No, there's not, Hayden. No, there's not. And until Russia, I had no one to talk to. And until you and Zug, no ability or power to affect my fate.
So if I'm here, does that mean I'm stuck here for millennia?
No, something's wrong. Something's very wrong. I don't know what, but you should have passed on. I think.
Oh.
I think, no, it,
Yeah, and calling the final moments before his death. Nods and touches at his throat where the had been driven. Yeah, that makes sense. I should be pretty dead, huh? So wait, I'm not dead?
you are.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I sense your friends are looking for you.
Really?
Can they help you?
But if any of them have got any healing ability to bring me back from being dead, so
There's somebody close to me, near you.
you okay?
Somebody who might... Aku.
Yeah.
Difficult, but I suspect he's in a different place, but neither of you are where you've come from.
So if I'm stuck here, going to where I'm meant to be, what does that mean?
I don't know, and I don't think it's wise, and he kind of looks over his shoulder, for you to stay here much longer. I don't know if she'll be able to stop my plans with unknown variables.
Well, if you'd like to show me the door, I'd be happy to, my way out of here.
To show anybody the door.
Pretty good at picking locks. Can help you out with that. I'm your guy.
As I said, your former friend is near, I could signal him.
Former friend? Yeah, okay, because I'm dead, right.
No, I meant, well, not because you're dead. Because he feels you mistreated him.
Wait. Rasha?
Rasha.
He's nearby.
On my orders.
Well, I would love to see him. That would be nice. I'd also really like to not be dead. It hook me up with that. That would be cool.
Very well, but I can send him, but I do expect something in return, Hayden. You've taken up my mantle, and I appreciate it. It's given me the power to talk to you like this, the power to be more involved with Rasha, you and Sark, and any others he's recruited. You don't need to be aware of. But I need you to take a more active role in freeing me from here. Find and aid Rasha.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Wait. So you're saying I help you get out of here and gonna help me get out of here? Gonna do a little co-jailbreak?
I spent millennia constructing this place to not need me anymore. But I can't break it myself. Can't break apart from it without help. And that's what I need.
Yeah. Yeah, I can help. I mean, I'll try to help. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Try to help.
Good. And he kind of like pushes forward and pushes you on the forehead. And Hayden, above you, your eyes snap back. Sorry, your eye snaps back. You would see as you kind of take a gasp of air, gulp in, you immediately start like chugging up water. As you look to the side and kind of you feel your pain screaming through your body, as whatever soul you have rushes back, and you kind of you realize that you've had like there's a slash here. One of your eyes is missing. It's been replaced by a red gem. You've found, as you're kind of like looking around, you see off in the distance, walking away from you, what you like kind of the back of the armored figure of you imagine to be Rasha, who seemingly has cast a spell to bring you back and has left. As you kind of take a few breaths, like 2 seconds, just let your breathe, calm down. You look around hurriedly, and there is no sign of anybody else on this kind of riverbank of this beach. No sign of Aku. No class members. You seem to just, from what you can quickly gather, you would basically just dumped in the river and left.
I'm gonna.
And as you turn over your hand, you see on there is a brand. Similar brand to the one Rasha used to wear around his neck. Kind of the eye in the triangle. And it's glowing ever so faintly. Gold, and when you touch it, it's warm.
And Aku's nowhere to be seen?
Aku is nowhere to be seen. But alongside of you, you mistake it for driftwood for a second. You do see his spear.
Okay. I'm gonna grab his spear and use it to kind of shakily prop myself up as I beat. I'm gonna try to look around.
Yeah, make a investigation check.
Am I still rolling at disadvantage? Have I still got exhaustion?
Resurrection will, I think, we'll say will cure that. But you are rolling at -4 across the board for 4 days. -4 to everything. Every time you complete a long rest, that goes to -3, -2, -1.
Okay. So no longer exhaustion.
No. But a -4 modifier to everything.
Okay, so that is a 23 minus 4, so 19.
19. Kind of looking out, you actually catch sight of something that's kind of bobbing up on the waves a little bit further along the river from where you are.
Okay. I'm going to splash through the water and run towards it. Get closer.
Yeah, absolutely. As you pull out, as you kind of get there, you see it is seeming there's ever so slightly, though it's not been too long, bloated, but wet, lifeless, cold body of Aku, and you kind of like steer it onto the shore. You can see that, yeah, like the scars are all kind of the scars and the things sort of all kind of dried out, but there's nothing left. The skin's beginning to go pale. The wings that kind of grew ever so slightly, you can see that they're very much kind of, just wet, slipping off the side, kind of beginning to molt and rot as they immediately hit the ground. Aku's eyes are just lifeless. There's kind of no sign of Lanharath anywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna drag him to the shore.
Yeah.
And
I would
try to
say,
shake.
as you shake him, the rest of you coming upon this scene is what you'll all be coming across as you as Lorian's spell brings you in range.
Oh shit, boys.
Aku. Shake him again. Aku! Gonna check his wrist and heart. Feel that his skin is just cold and hand shaking. Try to recall some of. Try to tilt his chin back and listen for breathing in his mouth and nose, and come on, and he's gonna give him a shake. Finding a response, going to try to place both of his hands over his chest and start attempting CPR. See if he can repair his heart.
Yep. Just kind of, water kind of occasionally popping out of Aku's thing. At least one may give you a little bit of hope that it's a breath, but it's just the water being pushed out of the lungs. Again, the rest of you probably see that in the distance arrive as this is being done.
Over. Hayden, what's happened?
Aku's, and he's not even gonna kind of finish responding. He's just gonna pinch Aku's nose, pull his chin back, and try to breathe into his mouth to try to get some air going.
No.
And he's gonna continue just.
Does it seem obvious as an onlooker that it's
Yeah, the scars are there. You can see that that's what's done the damage, and the water is just coming out. It's not breathing.
Hayden.
No. He's not dead. He's not. And he's gonna keep kind of pounding on his chest, and as he's kind of doing this, you can see Hayden's already soaked because he's been in the water, but he's got fresh tears starting to stream down his face as well.
Hayden, it's He's gonna crouch down next to Hayden and kind of gently put a hand on his kind of the side of his arm softly. Hayden, you need to step away now.
No. No. He's we can still save him.
Not like this. There are ways we can save him, but it's not like this.
You
All
mean
right? Just take a step back.
no, and he's gonna try again.
Barnes is gonna look back to the party. I don't think this is good form, but I don't think he's helping anyone at the moment. I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions and try and calm Hayden from a kind of frantic state.
Is that got a saving throw on it?
It does, yeah.
What is it?
It is charisma.
That's a 5, so
Fails. It doesn't remove the emotion, just like kind of calms it slightly.
However you want to roleplay that.
yeah, I'd say
Hayden.
that kind of sinks to his hands kind of still on back his chest as actions start to kind of
Barnes is going to kind of sit next to him and say, all right, there are things we can do.
there's things you can do. It's meant to happen.
There are people who can raise the dead, Hayden. There are ways we can save Aku's life. But it's not you pounding his chest. There are great magics in this world. And sure, I can't cast them. Maybe Asgore von Galverdane will surprise us and be able to, but if not, we can find somebody. This is a big, wide world. Your cleric friend.
Did you see him?
Huh? See who?
Rasha. Like, did you see anyone when you were coming here?
Did we, DM?
No one who jumped out to any of you.
Upon
No.
overhearing this, can I just like quietly move around the area and like investigate where people have come in, where people
Yeah,
have left?
absolutely. You can
tracks,
make
etc.?
make an investigation check.
15.
15. More survival. Sorry, if that's better.
Oh.
I don't know if that is better for you. It probably is.
It's like 63, so
Yeah. So there's obviously you can see there's Hayden has pulled himself out of the water. You can see kind of marks to that. You can see him dragging Aku. There are 2 unexplained footprints leading to roughly the spot that Hayden was, and then away. So 2 sets of footprints. 2 people walked in and left.
in the same direction or in a different direction?
In that they came from one direction and have now proceeded kind of south from where you guys are.
Okay. Can I follow those tracks?
Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Quite sneakily with
Sneakily.
my pass without a trace.
Yep. So I'll say Lorian has gone off and is tracking down those steps. What are the rest of you doing at that time?
I guess, well, calm emotions only last a minute, so Barnes is just going to use that 1 minute to just kind of talk gently to Hayden and just sort of try and talk through, we don't need to talk about options right now, but if that will make you feel better, we can do it. Ways to save him, I mean, if that's a better phrasing. Personally, I might suggest that we get off this riverbank and Hayden, and he's going to turn to him and kind of take his shoulder gently and say, Hayden, what happened to you? You look terrible.
Happened to me? Are you fucking kidding me? And he starts kind of like breathing more like rapidly as he starts to kind of recall everything that happened, dying and back and dying, and as the calm emotions spell starts to starts to hypervent.
All right. Well, jeez. And I guess I'll cost it again. And just sort of keep Hayden calm for as long as possible and kind of slowly talk through a sort of, well, depending how the saves go, I guess.
What are you trying to put into sleep? Sorry.
No, just calm emotions when panic attacks start happening and sort of.
Ooh, rolled a 20. Oh wait, but I guess it's -4.
Oh yeah, that feels. And I'll kind of say, Hayden, I know it's a lot, all right, but look, whatever has happened, we can handle it bit by bit.
Give me a second. Just give me some
Yes.
space. I need a minute. I need a minute, Aku.
All right. I'll go and rejoin the party.
And kind of like sat on his heels. He kind of rocks for a moment and considers something in his mind, and he kind of says quietly to himself, "Go fucking sorry, Roman," and reaches into the inner lapel of his waistcoat and pulls out the Fates card. Hold on to. He looks at it, and then and he places it on his chest, presses it down as if trying to push it.
Are you wishing Aku wasn't dead?
Yeah.
Okay. In the spirit of keeping things as much as they happened, miraculously between the clasp attacking, that all happened. The clasp knocked both of you out. Hayden died. You were chucked in the river, and as that fate card seems to shimmer and disintegrate all over Aku's chest, Aku, your soul is yoinked back from wherever it is, and miraculously, somehow, you never died. You never actually, the soul never left your body. You survived the clasp assault. You survived being thrown in the river, and you survived being dragged out by Hayden. As you kind of cough up the whatever vestiges of water was left, you feel your ribs hurt from where they've been cracked by Hayden, like pushing them in. Your body is covered in like bruises and scars. Your spear feels far away. Lanharat's influence and voice you feel far off in the distance as your soul attempts to reattach to your body. Your memory's not great. Don't know, things are kind of melding together in ways that shouldn't. You have some memory now of that weren't there, being thrown into the river and trying to swim a little bit and then passing out and then just waking up here. And I would say that the rest of you are in some way of like when you all arrived, there's a slight rewind to Aku now miraculously has come back. You all thought Aku was dead. The Fates card has made it so in Barnes and Ascor and Zug. As you turn around, you see Aku kind of very slowly like cough up and seem to move a little bit, and Lorien is still off in search of the two people who have gone missing.
Wait, so do we have memories of what happened, or is it as though none of that happened?
No,
Or
everything has happened. It is just, rather than being dead and just not having any response, you all just assumed Aku was dead. Hayden didn't seem to be doing anything to revive, and is now like you have memory of the card being pressed as well.
yeah.
Wait, so Aku up?
Aku's eyes kind of slightly lift open, his body moves and shudders. Aku has 1 HP.
Aku? And seeing Hayden's gonna throw his arms around shoulders and hug him. Oh my god, I thought you died.
Aku looks very confused. He's not aware of what just happened. Everything's, as Jamie said, melding together. And he like hugs Hayden back, and Hayden just hears, "I feel like shit." What happened?
Yeah, you look like shit too. It's a long story, I think. Can you sit up? Gonna try to help Aku sit up.
He makes an attempt.
Barnes?
Huh? What?
Barnes, can
what?
you
No, what?
yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah,
Hayden, are you a fucking cleric? What just happened?
Same.
can you can heal and stuff, right?
No, what? I can. No, I'll. Oh, sure. I'll heal everything. Sure. No, I can't do that, but I'll try. You're the cleric, and he's just
I'm
gonna.
not a
Well, clearly, you're. He's just gonna like,
I'm not a
you know,
doctor.
hands to temples, just like I don't understand this. He was dead. He's just gonna kneel down and just. Sure. Well, Aku, great to see you alive somehow. Fucking hell. You're a necromancer, Hayden. That's 14 HP as he pops in a 4th level healing
Sure
rod.
hope not, otherwise that
It's
means he's
kinda-
not actually alive.
Well, are you like me, or are we 2 zombies now? Is that 2 of us? And he's gonna kind of keep going. That's another 11 HP. And he's just kind of slowly confused babbling. By confused babbling, spend a whole bunch of Look, I'm really not very good at this. Healing was never my thing. It's not.
You seem to be doing great.
Here's a little more. Try this one, and that's 16 HP. His hands are just kind of glowing, and it's a weird sort of like red static that pulses into your chest. And I think it's like that. Is it like that? I'm a brain person, not a meat person. What the fuck, Hayden? Aku. Fuck me, I'm so happy.
I guess guess those first aid classes really paid off, huh?
Yeah, where did you learn that?
Back home.
Right. You're
Oh.
both covered in mud and river water. You smell like ass.
Yeah, thanks.
What of your insult to asses?
Hayden kind of looks down at his clothes. I'm assuming he's probably still soaked in his own blood, even though been floating in the river.
Holy shit. Let me at least do that. I'm better at this.
Oh no,
He's gonna prestidigitate, and just like the blood will like leach from both of you. The muck will remove, and it'll kind of form like little pearls, which will just sort of like drag out of you. And he's just gonna like, really, I really thought I'd seen everything. I did not think this age would have a single thing that I had not seen, but fucking hell. And yeah, he's just gonna clean you guys. Just yeah. Moving to the side.
I guess all the blood and muck away, Hayden's gonna kind of feel at his throat, stabbed by Jen, and gonna feel like a bumpy, rough scar tissue. Kind of touches his chest as well, like under buttons in his shirt, and scar where stabbed. And he thinks to himself, I expect Geb to do everything.
Wait, Rasha, Geb. Also, Jamie, did you say Hayden had a ruby eye or something?
Can we retcon that? I don't like that.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Hayden can be missing some fingers.
I'm fine for him to be missing his eye. I just don't want a ruby eye.
Okay, you're missing. Okay, the ruby falls out. It seems to have been placed there for some reason.
Free
Lo-
Ruby. Free
Lor-
Ruby.
Lorien,
Free Ruby.
cutting away ever so slightly, Lorien, stealth roll and a survival check for me.
Okay, so we got 32 for stealth and survival. Okay. So I rolled a natural 1 for survival, but I do have a 25 passive perception, so I don't know how that balances out.
Survival, that's okay. So I would say you
It
find.
was 6 survival, but yeah.
Yeah. So moving along, you're incredibly stealthily and perceptive as you are. You can see kind of footprints keep going, and there are two figures off in the distance. One very tall, covered in gold armor, quite hard to miss actually, even with a natural 1 on survival. And the other one, tall, slender, hooded, and with your perception, I'll say you get the occasional thing of grey skin, drow. However, with that survival roll, you don't manage to keep up with them for long being stealthy, and you do lose them in the crowd.
Once he loses them, he'll just kind of slowly make his way back.
Okay. Anyway, to go back.
I don't really know what to say, and that's pretty rare for me, so, shall we get you somewhere warm and give you some really hard spirits?
Warm sounds good.
Warm.
Drinks. Are you feeling alright?
Aku just gives Hayden a look of, do I look like I'm alright?
Not dead, so that's good, right?
Yeah, his head's still on, like, Hayden's shoulder. He's not moved. He doesn't have the energy. You might think he's passed out if he wasn't just, like, giving you a deadpan stare.
Hayden kind of looks around at the river and then back to Barnes. I guess, is Zug and Asgore nearby as well?
Yep.
We all know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we? We still in Amon?
Yeah, you're dumped in a river, guys.
Classic. Makes sense.
Does it? I guess it does.
How the clasp usually get rid of dead bodies.
Right, so this
Trust
was
me,
a
just
clasp thing.
Don't go swimming here.
How
Gross.
Yeah, like I said, just smelled horrible. This was a clasp thing.
Yeah.
I think we need to catch up on this, but not here.
And with the group needing to talk about most of the events of tonight, for probably at least a session.
No,
with...
we don't need to talk about it, guys.
with much intrigue from the party, with the clasp presuming Aku and Hayden are dead, and with revelations made that are certainly remembered by Aku through everything about Hayden, as well as Hayden coming to terms. Saviors were here. Why are they here? Those of you may remember there are certain motivations that Rasha had about coming to him on. Seems to be the case. What exactly has Hayden signed up for? What does Asgore want for his family? Talk about next time. Other than that, thanks guys for watching.
Oh, that was so stressful.
Oh my god. See you. And I think that was some of the most unlucky death saving throws I've seen in a long time.
Yo, it was so stressful, man.
Back 3?
I only rolled 3 times, and every single one of them, I think I rolled like a, hang on, let me find it. What was it, JV? An 8, a 2, and a 4.
It was going to be the case that like you were going to be thrown in the river, and if you lived, you would have woken up on the other side. You both failed. Erin was 5th dice.
I rolled a 16, an 8, another 16, a 9, and then my 5th roll was a 7.
Oh my god, guys.
Yo, when I bought these dice, I told the staff at the stall, Hey, I'm getting these dice for my D&D character that I've been playing for like 2.5 years. I really hope that your dice don't kill my guy. And they're like, we hope so too. Not using these again.
Thanks, Jill. I don't
Right,
know why
so-
I fucking bothered to prepare Revivify.
We are now the don't split the party meme.
Yeah, the last time we split the party.
Right. Oh, I think we've learned our lesson.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, in my defense, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Like,
Y'all were dying and we just down there with our fucking mega pints of
I-
wine.
I-
like...
The drama was impeccable, though. Like, let's be real.
Oh
It's
my
not
god.
like anyone in that room had access to any spell they wanted below 9th level.
What, you mean the wish spell?
Yes.
you what?
I've got the wish spell!
Excuse me?
I've got the wish spell! I'm
Are you
opening up the
serious?
Nonagon box!
Teleport, dimension door, firestorm, whatever.
Dude,
You could have meteor swarmed the
I-
chapel and nuked the Galvadane estate.
I messed up so many of my combat rolls. Luke reminded me, before I casted Haste, the round before, I still had a bonus action left that I was just like, guess I don't do anything. I could have actually used Shadow Blade and probably finished Shen off.
I've had a free turn next time.
Yeah, and I also, this is my first time ever using Haste, and I did not realize the concentration spell aspect of it, because I probably wouldn't have used it in close quarters combat, where I'm probably gonna lose my concentration.
Our old sorcerer that cast Haste had the Apparatus of Quellish, which was like a barrel-like, submarine-like thing, which he hid in, so he'd cast Haste and hide, so Clan Casimir could pop the fuck off and not have it interrupt.
Yeah,
him.
haste is a very double-edged sword. It's also one of the strongest spells in the game, but it does.
I mean, I was trying to decide whether to take Haste or Blink, and I felt like I've got other spells that allow me to kind of disappear or hide, so I was like, well, Blink would just be a duplicate of like Rope Trick and Invisibility, so Haste will actually be useful. That gives me more action economy. Fucking man. Anyway, I guess we should end the session there. Thanks everyone for coming and watching. Hopefully.
Distraught.
We need to have words about spell usage and just teleporting and plane shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finger of death.
Yeah. Can't wait to use my wish spell later, Jamie.
You can wish to free Geb.
You can regenerate.
Yo, oh, I can get my eye back. Anyway. Thank you everyone for watching. We're not gonna raid anyone today because that was so intense. I completely forgot to prep a raid. But thanks for coming along. Hope to see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.